Hello. Hello, welcome in. Hello, hello. Alrighty. So I'm gonna be doing tours of my recent apocalypse collab that I did, and this has been going on for a long, long time, and people have been working on it for a really long time, so I'm really excited to show it off. So what we did is we remade Newcrest and to an apocalypse themed world. And basically, what I did for the instructions was anything apocalypse. So anything, whether it was zombies, whether it was, meteor, virus, whatever, anything. And people came up with all kinds of stories, and it was like bunkers and broken down houses, and it's really really cool. I was placing the houses in the world, and it was so much fun to see the stuff that people came up with. So I'm really excited to go through these. There is a lot, so I'm not going to be finishing them all today, but I'm going to get through as much as I can. And we're going to be starting actually going the other way. And then people did make Sims, not everyone did, but some people did. And so I'm going to go through and read the stories and show some of them off. Now, I did actually, I think, forget to mention that I don't have all of the cast packs, so I won't have sorry, just getting this. I didn't spell that right. It's not. Um, so I won't have some of the outfits, which kind of sucks, but I'll be able to show them off in the gallery as I need to. So basically, it was all under the Nisapocalypse 25 hashtag, and all the builds and all of the Sims are here, and they've been uploaded by their respective creator that did the build and that made it. And I know some people did actually have Sims that they made for other people's builds, and that was cool too. I know a couple people collaborated on making builds and Sims and all kinds of stuff, so it was really cool. And I'm hoping that I can keep everything together because I tried to put everything together. But we're gonna start over here. So we're gonna start with KalamityRaine. So I'm gonna try to do their gallery ID, and that way we can see who we're touring. So they did make a sim as well, but some of them do have little mini stories. And basically, this one says, "Welcome to the Abbey Abode, created for the NIS Apocalypse 25. Its resident Robert Rowell, also available in my gallery, roams home to quiet contemplation in the ruins. No CC, no tool, and they basically say what they used and what they didn't, and in-game build by, and this is the build that they made, and this is Miss Robin Rowell, and basically Robin Rowell is roaming basically the Abbey, a full wardrobe and no CC. Find her home here in the gallery as well. And then you can check out Calamity's profile for the rest of it. But we're gonna go check out Mr. So we're gonna pop in here first. So, welcome in those of you who are joining now. We're just starting our first tour. So thank you for popping in. Hello, hello. I know this is an awkward time, so I know. I don't have some of there's some like event stuff here and there. I think that I might not have. We're gonna pop this in not at 4 a.m. Let's put this into 10 a.m. So I have been tempted to tour some of these during the nighttime because some of them are quite cool. We're gonna make sure she doesn't die. And let's switch her outfit into I think it's warm. So don't want deaths for now, at least not yet. All right, come on, change. There you go. And I hate when it does this. I'm gonna go ahead and do them the favor and move this stupid mailbox out. Because if you don't put a mailbox in your build, or if you put it in a place that the game doesn't like, it's just gonna stick it wherever. But basically, here we go. This is the Abbey abode, and this guy's gonna come hang out. But as you can tell, there's clutter, there's all kinds of stuff everywhere. We got demolished cars, we got broken down trees, we got some old, uh, you know, barrels, and it's overgrown, and the clutter on the outside of this is absolutely awesome. I love this. It just looks exactly like how you would think a apocalypse kind of thing would look, right? You got stuff falling apart, you got fences, walls that are broken down, wood, all kinds of stuff everywhere. And I just love how they did this. Even this like branch here across the front and the grass coming through. And this is just awesome. And I just love this. And even the little old board here and our power, like our old broken down power line, right? It's all coming through here. And you can just see even the like the broken down little ruin, which this is cool. I just really love the use of this ruin. This is a debug thing, and they really just made that work. They pieced it together and made it work for this, which is so so cool. So that's awesome. Let me see. Okay. So that's actually what it looks like. That was my bad on that. There we go. That's better. Hi, Alexis. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just starting the first tour, so you have not missed much. Hope you're having a lovely day. But we're checking out KalamityRaine's build. So basically, this is the build. Sorry, me. For me screwing up the walls. But it's basically kind of like you can see that it's like an old, ugly little broken down home. Not like ugly, but you know, it's broken down. It's old. You can see the door is a little beaten up, and it's like sheet metal, and they've like she's just built this little home inside of this old ruin. So this is really really cool. And you know, she's got like windmills set up for power, and the roof is kind of, you know, falling apart, and then we got water for the rain, because you know you can imagine the power has been cut off and all of that. So you got water, you got clothes drying. So I love this little front part here, um how they set that up. And we even got the wall garden, so that's really really cool. I think that would fit perfect for a build like this. So we definitely got that, so she can get, you know, her plants growing. You got to have some way to provide food for yourself, right? Some wood, all the stuff in the front, all the little kind of like really fitted into this ruin area, which I think is really cool. It's like some really well done. We do have a bike. I think that's perfect for their quick way around, right? Because cars and gas, I'm assuming, would be probably fairly difficult to get for an apocalypse. So this is, so I think that's really creative thought on there. And look at her, Miss Pat. What was her name? Patton? Was it Patton? Rowell. I don't know why Patton kept coming. Oh, she looks really cool. Oh, and I feel like she really, really fits in, right? So we're gonna do a quick peek at her outfits, but I'm not gonna go too much into the Sims here. Y'all can check out those on the respective galleries. Uh, but she looks like she fits in this world, which is really perfect. She's kind of, you know, got that like little bit of a rugged feel because she's been surviving out here on her own. So this is her everyday, I believe. Yep. And then formal, you know, I mean, how formal are you gonna get uh for an apocalypse? So, you know, I guess do the best you can, right? You're probably not gonna have very formal anywhere to go. Uh and then we got athletic. So something a little bit lighter, you know, in case you need to move around. So she looks really cute. I love her. I love her so much. And I love the choices of her outfits as well. I feel like they're really, really fitting for this. So we're going to switch her to her sleep outfit, which is a little bit more cozy. She's got a little sleep hat. Was dropping all her laundry everywhere. uh, a little bit more cozy, a little bit more warm, right? We probably got it getting kind of cold. Hey, Havoc, welcome in. Hi, thank you for redeeming your feather. Hope you're doing okay today, hon. We are checking out our first build from the collab. So we're gonna check out her party outfit. Aw, it's kind of cute. I feel like that's nice and light. And that's pretty perfect for her too. That looks really cute on her. Love her, love her. Awesome. So we're gonna switch it to swimwear, right? We're probably not gonna be doing a whole lot of swimming. Maybe the water's even like corrupted or whatever. So we got something kind of light, maybe a quick little outdoor shower or something if needed, you know. And then of course the hot weather, which is what she was dressed in, and then our cold weather, is a little bit more bundled, which is a little bit of a thicker jacket and shirt. So really really cute choices and colors on the outfits, and I feel like it fits perfectly for this kind of theme. Yeah. Good. Just thought I would settle here while I work on some stuff. Yeah, yeah, of course. This is my Apocalypse collab that I hosted recently, and we're just gonna do some tours. I'm not gonna finish it all off, but I'm gonna knock out as many as I can tonight, especially because US people, we got daylight savings. So get a little bit extra time than I normally would. Normally I stream a little longer. Uh, because yes, Calamity did the sim as well. Yep. Uh, so yeah, so this is really really cool. The builds here are incredible. I was taking pictures when I put everything down, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yay! Thank you for the follow. Hi, welcome in, Lost Time Machine. Yay! You were my last one for my follower goal. That's exciting. Yay! If I can get some hype, that's awesome. Welcome in. You didn't miss a whole lot. We went through we're touring KalamityRaine, and we did their outfits. This is their sim that they made, and we're just starting on the build. So you pretty much just made it in. So good timing. So gonna continue a little bit with the build. Yeah, she's hot. Trying not to. I have autonomy off. I actually can probably turn that back on because I was trying to get some screenshots, but that way they can. She might not die. Let's switch her to hot weather. There we go. I know, I know, I know. There you go. Awesome. So, we're gonna go back to this build and these cool ruins and these awesome trees back here that I love how well these fit. Oh my gosh, and all of the little clutter back here and the graves. Oh, that's kind of cool if you think about it. Maybe they're graves of like the other survivors or some other settlers around here, right? So we got some of those and we have a little mini graveyard, or maybe this was in use back then, you know. Um so that's really cool. I love the outdoor of this. So we're gonna poke in here. We do have a a little stop, right? So she probably isn't gonna just let anybody in. We're gonna do the welcome line. So she's probably not letting everybody in, you know? Like you gotta be careful when it's the apocalypse. You can't just trust anybody. So it's definitely being a little bit more careful there. So we're gonna pop in here. I love the way this roof was done. I feel like this like kind of tin roof really fits for this build. So this is really, really cool. Oh, I'm so excited. So let's pop in here. Ooh. Oh, I love the use of this wall in here. This is awesome. Oh, and the dirt and everything. This is really cool. So we got so like all of our little tools, right, and everything hanging out here for the gardening coat if we need to grab a quick coat and everything. So that's a cool little entryway there, even with the curtain, you know, maybe prevent some prevent some air from getting in, keep yourself warm, you know, you got to kind of insulate where you can. So look at the cool inside of this. I love how they worked in the ruins to this build. Like, look how cool this is. This is so freaking creative. And the use of this like dirty old rug and everything, right? Because you kind of salvaged what you could, and you know you went through and stocked up and kept what you could. You know, so we got some books for reading, some yarn. You know, we got to do some extra stuff. Maybe you're knitting yourself a cute little hat or something to keep yourself warm, right? Maybe some drawing in the meantime. Maybe just old sketches. You know, you got to keep yourself busy because you don't have a whole lot going on when everything's kind of gone to poop. You know. I love this old table and the old couch here. So this is a nice little Cool little living area, very apocalyptic living area, right? And then, of course, we got our furnace, so it's gonna keep us warm. We got some wood for that on the outside, so that's really, really cool. I love that. I'm gonna turn on the shader too. Awesome. So we move in here. Oh, okay. So this is like our little workshop here. Oh, I love all the clutter and everything. And we got our woodworking. So this is kind of like the hobby area, right? Our workshop. This is where all the stuff gets made, where all the stuff goes. We can keep an eye on things, got tools and everything. Oh, I love this area. This is really cool. Oh, and so much clutter, so much detail, the attention to all the detail. The tools on the wall, we got the boxes and even this little rack here with all the, little details that we need, like our little dustpan and everything, boxes with storage. Oh, this is really cool. Very, very cool. Oh, even the cart and everything's just kind of tucked in together, right? Because you got some limited space, so you're kind of going to keep things together as much as you can. Thank you for redeeming my first hoot. Yay! Yay! Thank you for the hoot. Awesome. So we're gonna move on to our bedroom. Uh, so look at how cozy this bedroom is. Oh, and all the little and all our like warm weather gear, right? And got some suitcase, probably some stuff we packed up in a hurry, got left over. Oh, and the use of these curtains, I've really never found a use for these, but I think they're perfect. I think these are from the werewolves, so that's a really cool use for these, and just kind of as covers, right? Because this is kind of a thrown together shelter a little bit, so it's not perfect, and we don't have doors for everything, maybe, and we don't have everything put together and covered. Uh, so we got our bed here and just kind of some storage space and some more drawings, just kind of decorate a little bit, maybe some leftover newspaper or whatever, just to make the space a little bit more cozy. So we got a little bathroom over here. If we come over this way, so this is just, I think we just got a tub and a shower in here. So just kind of a quick place to take a bath, right? And we got all the rainwater we're collecting outside. So that's awesome. So that's a nice little space to fit in here. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this build. This is so creative, and just the layout of it is so perfect. It just feels like a little shelter, and I just feel like that's perfect. So we come in here, it looks like a little makeshift thrown together kitchen, right? So we've got old stove that's probably been kind of like fixed up. We got some, non-perishables because you want to keep as much as you can. So these little dusty counters and the sink here is so perfect, and even our little, maybe we can make some wine, maybe we can make some juice or whatnot. All of our little veggies and everything, the fridge in here. And I just love the use of these shelves for the plates and all the clutter on top with the pots and the pans, and even just like the little candle light, right? So as you can tell, we don't have any real electricity lighting in here. We just have lanterns. So we're probably just running all um on candles um and just going through what we can with using as little as possible to no electricity. So that's perfect because I love that. Even just drying out some little herbs that we've grown, right? And the use of all these like little cabinets to hang everything up in this little space, I think is so cool. So I absolutely love this space. This is so well done. And just worked into this tiny little shelter here inside of these ruins is very, very cool. Really creative. I love this build. Hi, Vinny. Welcome in, hon. Hi. Glad you could make it. You are up late. You are up late. Welcome in. Glad to have you. We are doing our very first uh build. I can't remember if this has a downstairs. It might not. A lot of these were so hard for me when I was um doing the pictures because I kept missing stuff. So I'm gonna try not to do that. So we're gonna do a quick little top down so you guys can see the build. And it actually looks like that's it. Okay, very cool. I love this build so much, and just the way they made the ruins work. And the sim is perfect because I feel like this is perfect for her. She's got herself safe and cozied in here, so that is awesome, awesome. Very cool. Thank you so much, Calamity, for participating. This is such an amazing build, and I can tell how much work went into this because holy crap, all the details and all the clutter. So this is awesome. Always up at this hour gaming. Oh, hey, Clayton, I missed you. Coming in. Hey, hey. Welcome in, hon. Alrighty. So, since a lot of these do have Sims, I'm going to go ahead and skip around a little bit. We're not going to move Sims around. So, I'm actually starting at the bottom because I'm trying to get people that are here right now toward. So, we're going to go on to the. I hate that they're leaving the lot. Okay. So, the next one we're going to be touring is gonna be Lexus. So, really had your challenge? Good. Good. I felt like this would be fun, especially because it was around Halloween and all that. Right. So, Lexus, who's in here? We're gonna be doing yours next. Um, and I'm just doing gallery names so you guys are easier to find. So this is the Apocalypse Moon. So this is the Apocalypse Moon, where the survivors are living at. Tyrion the vampire has helped fix up the place to be livable. Amethysta the mermaid helps keep lookout. Zinnia fixed up the greenhouse. The basement is their safe space to do things that they like without drawing attention to their home. And Lexus also made Sims called The Survivors. So we have Meet the Survivors of the Zombie Apocalypse. Tyrion is the vampire who brought everyone together. He's the brain of the group. Amethysta is the mermaid, and she's the fighter of the group. And then finally there is Zinnia, the skeptical fairy that keeps everyone fed. And so this is Tyrion. So this is his vampire form. We got Amethysta. And then Zinnia. Oh my god, I love them. I love how creative they are. Look at that. They're all so different, and you can like tell all their personality just straight through their outfits, which I love that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see them. So I don't have all of the cast kits. So I know some of them are gonna be missing stuff, so sorry about that. The makeup I'm not as worried about. But I know a few um while I was trying to actually do the pictures, ended up naked because I was missing whole outfits. Okay, so we're gonna bring her back too, so we can kind of look at them a little bit. Hi, Kiwi, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad you made it. But you're only through one build, so it's 9. Let's bring it back. Set it into daytime so we can see things. Okay. All right. So this is quite a huge bring her home. So this is quite a huge build, and Lexus had very little time to do this because somebody dropped out. So I really, really appreciate you stepping in and finishing up this huge, cool build so quickly. And oh my god, it turned out awesome. I was looking at it, and it was really cool. For now, he's inside, so that's good. Let's hopefully keep him there. Yeah, we're hoping to keep him there. I guess he's just watching TV. Oh my gosh. Guess he's just watching TV standing, so that's fine. Yeah, I did. I started it way back in like September. I wanted to give it a really long time for because there was a whole lot of other stuff going on too. So I let it go. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing another one for a little while. It is quite taxing, and I just haven't had the time. But I will. I run shell challenges. I've got a shell challenge going. Uh, that I got tours for coming up. It was my holiday shell. So, yep, I'll be doing all kinds of stuff. Probably coming the new year, I'll be doing another collab. Um, but the end of the year is kind of weird for people, I think, because everyone's out because of holidays and all of that. But yeah, yeah, no, I'd love to join. I'd love to have you join. I usually run them in Velvet's Discord. So you're in Velvet's Discord, right? All right, so let's get into this build. Oh my gosh, look at all the detail. I want to check out the outside first before we go into the inside. Because this build is really big, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it because it's really cool. So, oh my gosh, all the plants and all the flowers outside. Look at all of this. Look at all the greenery and all of the landscaping, and this is just beautiful. And then we got this like little dead tree here, and I feel like the dead trees kind of really fit in here. But you can kind of tell that at one point this was a beautiful building, right? Before the apocalypse hit, before all the crazy stuff, this garden was probably really kept up to date, and all of this was really well maintained. But now, time has taken its toll, and so we got, the stones aren't really working that well. They're kind of falling apart and stuff is overgrown. But you can still see how pretty this is. Look at this gorgeous garden. And by the way, Lexus is on console, so this is incredible build for console. Just I am blown away. When I was looking at it, I was like, "There's no way she got this out and knocked it out so quickly." Um, on console and all of this clutter, and wait till you guys see the inside and all the details. Vinny's also on console, so Vinny definitely knows how uh, chaotic this can um be, because oh my gosh, look how beautiful this is. Look at all the I love the little benches with the overhangs. That is such a creative little thing with all the vines and everything. I really didn't think to put them because these benches are their own thing. So the little overhang is its own thing. So I love that idea of putting that together. It's really, really cute. And we got this little sundial here, which is, maybe it was just for decoration at one point, but maybe now that, electricity and all that is a little more scarce. Um, so, we got a well, which is probably going to be our nice little source of water. And so we got our hydroponic planters in here. So, they're probably growing their own food. They've got bees. And this little greenhouse is beautiful. Holy crap. Look how pretty this is. And this is I believe, our new glass walls that we got. And I just love the use of these glass walls in here because this is gorgeous. Because even with the sun and everything reflecting in here, oh my gosh, look how pretty this is. And of course, I like having my shader on because you can really see the lighting details coming through the windows. Oh, it just really adds to this gorgeous little greenhouse. So this gives them, plenty of space to get all their plants and everything in this cute little entryway, this little arch. So this is beautiful. I just love it. I love the greenhouse. Yeah, yeah, I love the greenhouse. And all the greenery and all the overgrown everything. Uh, it's probably not perfectly maintained because, who's gonna deal with all that when you've got all the other stuff to worry about? And all the vines and everything down up the side. Oh my gosh, I can imagine this took so long. Look how pretty. I know, I'm walking on the flowers. I'm sorry. uh, I'm flying. I'm flying. It's all good. All good. So we have our little fairy area right here, right? So we got them kind of like separating out who's maintaining what, and we got this cute little backyard area here. Oh, look at this. Oh, look how cute, and all the little clutter on the sides, and we got our hose, we got to water the plants, and our little garden area. So someone's definitely doing all the maintaining on the plants and all the flowers. So I love that. What are you mad about? Eh. Yeah, that's ironic. Climate change is real. The fairy is the gardener. That's right. Okay. So yeah, so she's handling all of this, so I feel like that's perfect. So we got this little pool here too, heated pool, right? So if they want to take a little dip, they can do that as well, which I feel like is a really nice little uh oh, sorry you got auto modded, Vinny. It didn't like garden tools. Uh sorry, my bot's apologizing. Or I'm apologizing in his name. Its name, I guess. So back to this beautiful build. Uh Kiwi. Well, see, it's fine with hoe, but not hose. I don't know. That's so strange. Anyway, gonna go back to this cute little pool, and then of course we got more of our little plants here and everything. So this little overgrown area, some weeds and everything around here. And then I love this little gazebo garden area here too. So this is really cute. Kind of a little overgrown fountain. So this is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. All the landscaping, all the plants and everything. So this was so beautifully done. And of course they got to keep safe. So they have their little gate here as well. Keeps them closed in, they can monitor who's coming in and out. So we're gonna go ahead and go through in here first. Ooh, and then look at this inside. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then like of course all the flowers, right? Kind of continues on the inside. So all the maintaining of the plants that she did, she's kind of brought that inside, which I just absolutely love because you can see all the greenery everywhere and and I kind of feel like it makes it a little bit more lived in. And if you're in a bad situation, you're kind of gonna want something to keep your spirits up. And flowers and everything is definitely something you can use for that. But we do still kind of have that rundown feel of the whole thing because we got some spider webs. We got the walls are kind of cracking, falling apart a little bit. We got some older furniture, maybe some refurbished chairs and everything. We got some chests. We can do some chests for fun. Um, Even our little crow here is hanging out. Got some paint jars and everything and all the clutter. Oh, this is awesome. So much attention to detail here because, they've been maybe working on fixing up the place. Uh, she was cooking something. Um, I don't know what she was cooking. I try to keep them alive. I don't know what she ate. Awesome. So, back to this. So and you can even see how the stairs are kind of run down, right? Look how cool that is. Oh, I love just like the use of all the details in here to add to that rundown feel. So this is perfect. So we got some holes in the wall and these like little curtains here that are kind of just, maybe keeping some sun out, maybe just a little bit of decor. Oh, I love the space here. Oh, this is cute because it actually feels like it's a little bit more rusticy, right? It's not like super neat, not like super neat and clean, not something you would have in like a modern day home, right? And these chairs, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Oh, this all just like fits together and flows together so well. So the use of what we've got in The Sims, to make something like this work is awesome. Um, didn't know the website spiders. Yeah, some of them do. I think not all of them do. Uh, but when you go into live mode, they do. Hey, see Jamie, welcome in, hon. Hi, good to have you. Glad you made it. I don't know what time zone. Sure. I don't know what time zone you guys are on, but I appreciate y'all being here. Uh, I know it's really early for some people and really late for some people. So this was a little bit of an awkward time, but this kind of worked for me because just it's daylight savings and these tours are going to take a little while. Uh, yes, definitely. Definitely. Werewolves was a good one for here. So that and Life and Death was also a great one. Um, 10:09 p.m. Okay. So are you you're Pacific time, right? Okay. So a good chunk of y'all are in the yeah, Kiwi are on Lexus's and Velvet's time, right? I believe. Uh, yeah. Yeah, you're on Sunday. We're not quite there. Well, we're kind of on Sunday. It's yeah, it's 1:10 a.m. here. So, but all right, so we're gonna move on. We got this cool little kitchen here, and then of course the living area that we were just looking at. We do have a little secret bookcase thing, but we're gonna come back to that because that heads downstairs. I think this goes back out. Yep. So this is yep, this is the backyard we're just in. And was there anything over here? Yes, there's a door over here. Okay, so let's peek in here. Okay, so we have a little bathroom in here. Oh, I love this. Oh, and the little plants and everything hanging. Oh, it's such a cute use of those. Oh, that's awesome. And of course, we got the ceilings and everything painted as well. I always try to catch that because I never remember to do it. Oh, I love the use of this old little toilet, right? The wooden toilet and tub in here. So that's perfect. And of course, the spider webs, kind of this old area, right? And of course, there's not really so much light and stuff in here as well because, electricity is a little rough. So Right. But we got the broken windows and everything that just perfectly flows together with the rundown feel of this build. So that's awesome. Very cool little bathroom here. Kind of tucked away. Um, I guess we'll head down first, and then we'll come back up and do the upstairs. So once you come down the ladder here, got our little decor box, and it does continue the flowers here. So I love the use of these throughout the build. So that's really, really pretty. Um, And so, of course, still a little run down here too, right? But they've made themselves at home, so they made a little cozy area. So this looks like it's maybe the sleeping quarters or kind of more of like living quarters. Oh, I love this. And of course, the little decorations and the little knitting kit. Oh, and then these are the eco lights, I believe, the lamps. I love these lamps so much, and they just work perfectly in here. Uh, and oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And of course the eco rug as well. And I just love the red of this floor in here because it just kind of feels like it's like the dirt, almost like a terracotta kind of look, right? So this is oh my gosh, I love the coordination of the colors and everything. Oh, that's awesome. This place looks like my first floor. Yeah, I think it looks like a lot of our first place. Not the best shape, kind of barren, kind of like lived in, cozy as much as you can make it. No, go away. I hate when it does that because now it freaked me out. I don't know where I am. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna poke in here first. I think this is where I started. So we got some, it's kind of the basement. So we got some piping and everything coming down here as well, which really works for this little basement area. And of course, our fire extinguisher, which I also never remember to put anywhere. So that is perfect. Good on you for remembering that because, oh my gosh, I never remember that. Oh, what's going on in here? Okay, so like a recycling area, right? Oh, I love this. Okay, so we have like a little manufacturing recycling area. So they're probably just recycling their stuff and making their own little furniture and everything. So, oh, I love this little cozy crafting area. This is perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Thank you for the lurk, Vinny. Okay, I'll hang out. We're gonna wait for the ad. Ugh. Give me a chance to grab a drink. I know when you guys are out of ads. Mm. We're hanging out till ads are over. Black for men's awesome. All right, I figured I'd hang out. Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to. Okay, so we have a little office area here. And I love how the rundown walls here fit, and of course we got the manufacturing or the fabrication stuff. I love these shelves so much. I really don't use them enough, but they work perfect in here. So a little office area, right? Um, and oh my gosh, this is so cute. I got cute little like crafting, got some yarn. If anyone wants to do some knitting, maybe just a little storage area. And the computer if we can get some electricity and all of that. So I love this cute little area, this cute little office. Awesome, 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 awesome. Very cool. All right. I love how we have like a base lobby here and and uh and then it kind of splits up into all the different quarters. So this is such a creative floor plan. I love this so much. Because it really just does, yeah, it really feels like a flat, right? Because you've got this central area, and then is just, the bedrooms or the workrooms or whatever kind of split up from here. So that's awesome. Yeah, very realistic, definitely. Baby having his first spring pomade dropping it. Ew. So now you're sticky, right? That's great. Cool. Okay, so we got our workout room. And of course, the fan in here, and I love that because we're in the basement. We're kind of in a little cramped area, so definitely want to stay cool, but work out a bit more, keep yourself fit. So I love this. I love this room in here. Just kind of got their equipment in here, and in the red and everything continues. So I love that. I love that. Very cool uh little activity area. Oh, he's back hanging out down here. Hi, Tyrion. All right, moving on. Oh, okay. So we got coffin in here, right? So this is sleeping quarters for our vampire. So this is his area, right? And we got some posters and some personalized stuff. Maybe stuff he found, just kind of make it homey, make it his. And I love that the wall color changes in here, so that's really really cool. Because it's green coming here, and then it was red back in the other room, but it kind of keeps that kind of like ugly rundown feel, which I love that. Awesome. Move. Oh, it's missing things. There was like an event thing or two that I didn't have, I think, that it told me I didn't have. Um, so that might have been it. But I have all the packs. I wonder if Sims just decided to remove it. It might be some has graffiti on this. Because I have all the packs. I don't have some of the pre-purchase content. You can see the graffiti here. Oh, it was maybe because of the way the camera is. Yeah, it was probably just how the camera was. It was just not showing, but looking through the doors there. Yeah, yeah. It's just it might just be being weird. Hopefully that was it and nothing else is missing. Yeah, sorry. I hope it's not gallery being dumb because it did tell me one thing was removed, which sometimes pre-order content it'll remove it if I don't own it, and I don't have all the pre-order stuff. But I think that's it down here. Oh, yeah, we saw that. We saw that. Yeah, we saw that. What is going on in here? All right. No. Okay. So I think we saw everything down here. Let's move up. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna move up. And we're gonna take the stairs. Hopefully. All right. So we're here, gonna head up these stairs. And I feel like actually the weather here now is appropriate for for this build, so this is cool. I'll leave it. Usually I would just change it, but on my Easter build for Velvet, it removed all the stairs. Oh my gosh, it removed the stairs? I've never seen it do that. I've seen it remove random clutter, but never the stairs. Oh, that's annoying. Ooh, sorry. Good grief. That's a pain in the butt. Yeah, the gallery has just been a heck and a half recently. Uh, yeah. Oh my gosh, and look at all this. All the holes and everything. Oh, and all the clutter and all the dirt. And I cannot imagine how long it took to put all this stuff here. Oh my god, this is just incredible. And all the cracks and the little scuffs and oh, this is amazing. Look at this, guys. And we got the they're kind of working it back together. They've got their paint and we're kind of making it um they're making it their own. They're making it home. We got the plants up here, bringing things to life just a little bit. I hate when it does that. And of course, we got our, we got a mirror a little bit to cover up this crack here. Oh, this is really, really cool. I love this. Oh, this just feels so realistic. Yeah, so much character, definitely. Very, like, very rundown, very, like, apocalyptic feeling. So that's awesome. All right, so we actually got the beds for the people who sleep, not the vampires, So I love this. I hate when it does this. Why? It just starts doing that to where the camera starts freaking stuff out. Sometimes if you're zoomed in or zoomed out and there's not enough space in the room a certain way. Oh, and of course we got like, oh, I love how much personality each of these rooms has, and you can really see the personality of the Sims that kind of like live there, right? And how they've got their own stuff, and we got some boxes, stuff's kind of not perfectly, unpacked. Maybe they don't have anywhere to put it. We got some posters, and we kind of got a little cozy bed for them, so everyone still kind of managed to get their own little bedroom, which is awesome. I just love that little dresser in here. Oh, this is such a cozy little room, and it's just perfectly. I feel like the rooms are just a perfect size, which is really weird to say, but you can always see how sometimes things end up too big and then they were meant to be smaller, or they ended up too small but they were meant to be bigger or whatever. But these are just perfect size, and Lex does such a fantastic job of fitting everything in here so well. So I just love that. Quick question: when's the show due? Show's due on the 7th. So next Saturday. But it's very likely that I'll be extending that. I might move it over a week. So I'll see. Because I'm still gonna have to finish these tours. Because at the speed I'm getting through this, we've got 15 builds to tour, and it's very unlikely that I'll get through. I'm gonna try to get through half. But all right, so next bedroom. Ooh, okay. All right, so we got some, some more posters, some more clutter in here. And of course, a little bit green. Oh, I love the green and black. Actually, because it's not like a super rice, because it's not super clean. But this is perfect. This is perfect. So we got the black decorative little fancy bed, a little bit nicer bed and drawer and dressers, and then this our little rundown wall area and everything, and even the cracked windows, and it just kind of follows that the entire way, and I just love that. So this is really, really creative and really well done. And I like this floor too. So this was a really good choice for the flooring. So that's perfect. Awesome. We got another bedroom. And where was I? Okay, I got that. We're gonna head in here. Okay, so this goes out to the patio. Ooh. Oh, I love this. So we have these little sitting benches. Oh, and this overhang. This is so pretty. Look at this. Look at that view though. Love that view. That's really cool. And of course, we still got that rundown kind of feel. The building's kind of old and kind of falling apart. But this has still got a really nice, cozy feel to it. Got some benches just for enjoying. Maybe the friends come out here and, enjoy the outside time together. So this is really cool. And I love the use of this door because it's, kind of the outside door to the building. And it leads to that huge, gorgeous patio. So I love that. And our last bedroom in here. Okay. Oh, is this our fairy's bedroom? I would think, right? Because I would think the other one was the mermaid, and this was the fairy. Yep. Okay. Cool. I wonder which of which of our bills brings down the value of the neighborhood the most. That's a really good question. We'll see. I think they're all up there. I don't know. There's some fancy ones though. There's some where I was like, man, if I get in an apocalypse, this is where I want to live. There's some ones that are like they've got it good though. I mean, like you can tell the apocalypse did them kind of dirty with everything, but then they made it work. So we got some cool builds. But awesome. So we got this cozy little bedroom for our last bedroom. And she's kind of, you know, yeah, Velvet's is huge. So but we got this cozy little, of course, the little pictures, right? She's kind of made it her own. She's got her stuff and everything in here as well. So this is very cozy. I hate that the camera's doing this, by the way. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Sometimes it just does that. Um, Sometimes if it's just too zoomed out. Uh, but if there's not enough space in the walls, it just starts doing this weird clipping. Awesome. So I think we've seen everything to make sure. Oh, and of course the roof. We do have our solar panels and some rain catchers, so that's awesome. You can actually see them working. I've never actually watched them work, so that's really cool. Hmm. They're storing their water. Very cool. Very cool. And that's Velvet's, by the way. It's a 50 by 50. It's massive. That one's gonna be a minute. Yeah, it's a really cool build though. It's gonna be a minute to tour that one because there's so much detail going on, and I really want to see it. It looks like she's taking her dip. Awesome, but we're gonna do one more quick peek at this beautiful build because oh my gosh, let's get some quick hype for Lexus because this is gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful job, and thank you so much for joining in for this last minute amazing build because yeah, definitely. Um, Definitely blew it out of the park there because holy crap. Oh, I don't know if my sounds are working, but we're gonna take a quick another peek. And of course, we kind of got a chance to see the Sims as well. They're taking a quick nap. I swear he's been just standing down here this entire time. I don't know what he's doing with that glass of water. All right, we're just gonna leave him there. Awesome. Thank you so much again, Alexis, for this awesome build. I really, really loved it. It's really cool. And definitely, he's been in the bathrooms. Okay. Yes, he's just been like chilling down there the entire time. The Sims sometimes. All right. So we got Lexus. I'm gonna actually skip Steph. I'm gonna try to do the people that are here. Uh, so let's do SeeJamieSim next. All right. So yes, this is a big family. Awesome. So we're gonna poke at them first. I know some of y'all missed it. I'm not looking at all the Sims individually. I'm not going through and doing every single one. They're on the gallery if you guys want to check them out, but we will peek at them while they're inside of the build itself. It would just take way too long. And I'm not trying to extend these tours to like 5-6 hours. But we are going to poke at them like this over on the gallery and then while they're in game as well. So made for the apocalypse, Collab, this family is tight-knit and very handy. So they're used to taking things out of their municipal dump home and making it into treasure. Very cool. Okay. So we have a big old house, and we have a little doggy. Oh, Milo. Oh, who's an Australian Shepherd. I actually have a Aussie mix, so I love Aussies. Look how cute she is. And then we have Everly. Okay, she's calm. And she's the toddler of the group, looks like. We have Hazel, who's very independent. Right, we got Chance. And then Guile, right? Mariella and Frank. So that is our cute family. And we're going to jump into their home. Oh, and this is SeeJamieSim's home, Granny and Poppy's house. So why do we always have to go in Granny Poppy's house for the holidays? Because that's where we celebrate holidays. This eclectic. Oh, wait a minute. That is the wrong shell. Sorry. Wow. My bad. Ignore that. I didn't see anything. It reset my hashtag. Okay. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. There we go. Okay. That looks the city municipal dump home. Oh, it's you I watch TV with as the world caves in. This family's home is situated on a garbage dumpster turned prepper palace. Mom is handy with the woodworking, dad has a green thumb, and here they are raising their children while everyone is creeping up on extinction. Ooh, very cool. Awesome. So we can take a quick peek before we jump in. So it's this one over here. Yeah, I thought I was looking at the thing still, but nope. Ooh, all right. Oh, well, it's finally not freaking raining. Okay. Oh my gosh, look how cool this is. I thought this was such a creative idea, by the way, having their home be in a dump, because, all the stuff you can find there, I feel like that's a really good idea, for something like this. Um, but I can imagine it's kind of rough with a big family, right? So they've got their work cut out for them. But oh my gosh, look at all of this clutter. Look at all the stuff. So we got this big home here. Or this big trailer thing, and got all the leftover stuff and all the trash that they've kind of turned into their treasure. And it looks like we got some birds, maybe some flies or something. And their kids even they made them, their kids some toys, because when you're handy, because why not, right? And just the use of this little shack here, and of course all the trash that they've kind of turned into stuff. This is cool. And of course this little shack thing here, and then they've got some, the little towels hanging, some, whatever they need when they come across it, and just all the wood and all the stuff that they've been just using, and this little this perfect use for this cool little uh cardboard house that I've really never used. So I think this is really cool. We're gonna make sure that Milo doesn't go hungry. I can't stand anything happening to the pets, so do you somebody go feed the dog. Stop chatting and go feed the dog. Oh, I mean, they might not be able to get in. Feed the dog. I don't care about the kids. Feed the dog. There you go. Making. Oh, look at him. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna. No rain. Stop it. When it wants to rain in The Sims, it really wants to rain in it really wants to rain in The Sims because give it a little bit, it's just gonna start raining again. But we're gonna do what we can to keep that from happening. Yeah, the baby in the mud, just it's fine. Yeah, I was saying that. They're either the best parents or the worst parents. I don't know. And I love that she's mopping the dirt. Ah, Sims. Okay. Anyway, gonna go back to looking at this awesome build. The amount of work that went into all this clutter is like holy crap. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I love the use of this the fairies gazebo thing. Oh, that's really cool. Right? Having all the like the flowers and the vines and everything for this little garden spot area. Oh, this is so cool. And the big old tree and even the little funky plane that they probably got a hold of, right? That they're like, well, we might as well. We're gonna break it down because why not? And then, all the extra stuff that they probably found, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna turn it into stuff. Because once you're handy, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, which is cool. Well, she was scooting around, and then the rain came and she fell. I didn't see that. Yeah, now she's just kind of rolling around the ground. Okay. I mean, in the apocalypse times, I don't think cleaning is the biggest concern. Yeah, I don't know. And she was cleaning she was cleaning like the dirt. She was mopping it. I don't know. And that was kind of weird. Cluttering this was a labor level. I can definitely see that. Yeah, there's so much going on here. And even just like, guys, like look at all the even the spider webs on stuff. Like they went as far as to put spider webs on stuff that was oh my god. Okay. Um on stuff that was just sitting around here, right? Because if you've got this huge area, you're not going to go through and like clean the spider webs, right? Because why would you? Oh, and this is so cool. There's just so much going on. It just really feels like a proper dump, which is awesome because, they just took advantage of all this area and, and then they're making stuff out of it, which is cool. We even got this like old rail here. Maybe it was kind of built on it and all this clutter and the overgrowth and oh my gosh, look how cool this is. Everywhere you look, you just like see stuff. And it's not all just like big plunk down stuff. It's some of it is just you know, stuff that they actually went through and placed, which is like I saw some paintings here. Um, and like stuff like that because this big old truck and then the barrels, I think these are from Eco or no. Oh, these are the trash cans from um uh, oh my gosh, why am I blinking? The trash cans from not For Rent. For Rent? I guess somebody came in to hang out. Are the trash cans from Eco? I thought they were from Eco, but Love Struck is what I was thinking. But then I was like, well, maybe yeah, Love Struck. Yep, the trash cans are from Love Struck. I know it was something that didn't really make as much sense as I thought it would. But I remember actually seeing them. They're out in the world. So yeah, they look like they belong in Eco, but they're not. And so we got our workbench here and everything, and then this old car, and oh, even all the barrels and the trash here, and even this like little counter area. It's like a little bar counter, right? That they probably just keep some stuff in, maybe use it to like enjoy their time. And it looks like he's gotta go pee or something. I don't know. Awesome. This is really, really cool. Oh my gosh. And I love the fencing up top here. Because it just feels very kind of like run down and very like, oh, we just threw some chain link around because why not? Whatever, right? Oh, this is so cool. And even the little herb garden thing outside and the graffiti and everything. And of course, gate, they probably lock that up at night. And we got some kids' activity stuff and so much going on. Like everywhere you look, there's just stuff going on. And I just love this. This is so much detail. This is so creative, so cool. Oh, I want to go see the inside. Oh, so okay. So it's like a trailer home, right? So it kind of took like an old trailer and turned it into their home. And oh my gosh, look at this. Because you've got lots of kids, right? So this is a 8 family home. So you got to throw stuff in here. And make it fit for everybody. So we got some toys and everything they brought inside, so the kids can play. And we even got like an old little TV set and an old little fallen apart couch that we kind of use maybe some family night or something. And all the drawings and even all the little Halloween ghosties and everything. Maybe some crafts and stuff that they all did together, and some books and even the little lanterns and the flowers. And there's so much going on here, and I just love it, all the clutter. And we even got some magazines for maybe some reading, right? Some pictures, paintings. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. This is just awesome. Like every inch of this place is filled just like how you feel like it would be if you had a whole bunch of people trying to make it work in one little home. So you're definitely going to try to get as much stuff in there and make it work as much as possible. So we got this cool little kitchen, this kind of like old oven and sink that they probably made work, and we got some grocery stuff that we managed to get. And I love the use of this lamp here because I feel like this is perfect. I feel like it just fits here. They just got some lighting. They managed to get some electricity and lighting working. Uh, and those are kind of hanging around everywhere. And oh, this is so cool. And even the mismatched chairs and the broken mirror, and it's just whatever they managed to find and get going, and they got it. This is awesome. This feels so realistic and like lived in. And because it's not going to be a clean. Oh my gosh, it's not going to be a clean space, because it's the apocalypse. It's a mess. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Oh yes. Oh, I definitely could use a sip. You guys take a hydrate and a snack as well if you need. I used to have a stretch. I wonder if I disabled it. I was moving some things around. I'm pretty sure I meant to like combine it or something. Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, back to it. Well, I love this like garage door here because I feel like if you took over one of these old trailers, right, you're gonna have this cool okay, so that goes out to the garden area. So yeah, let's peek at that first. All right, some planters, some planting stuff. We're growing our own herbs, our own plants, our own garden stuff. So that's really cool. It's such a cute little space. And of course it's got some nice sunlight out here, and it's got a view of the rest of the dump. Um and the little area that they've made their home. So this is some seeds, all our little plant clutter stuff. So I love this. I love this little space here because I feel like it's perfect. It's also nice that it's on the second floor, because it gives them a chance to have that, like, privacy, and then it kind of puts it up there, away from everything. Oh, this is cool. Look at this little activity area here. Oh, all the paintings and everything, and probably for, maybe the kids or maybe like just kind of everyone. We got a chess table. We can do some games and in the mismatched chairs and the little fallen apart kind of lamp and the painting tools and everything and all the clutter stuff. Oh, and our cute little candle, just something kind of nice, just so you can have your own space. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, this is such a nice little family space. I just love this. And then we're going to poke in here. So this is our bathroom. Oh, I love this. I love how everything just kind of feels thrown in here. And this is so awesome because it just feels so realistic. We got, some shirts, maybe some laundry. Somebody's doing some laundry. Our towels, a little beaten up shower that we've, managed to get working, and just this little space just feels so realistic, and just all the little clutter and how everything's just piled on top of this toilet back here, and it just feels like it really fits in this universe. Thank you for the lurk, Kiwi. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you. Awesome. I love that little bathroom. Very cool, very cool. So we're gonna go check out the bottom floor. This build is so cool. Every time I just look around, there's more stuff I haven't seen. And just so much little clutter and so much little stuff that you just see everywhere that, we've got this big family that has really managed to make this work. And, they've made their home in this place and it's so perfect and it fits together so well. Awesome. Uh, so we're gonna come downstairs into, oh, okay, so we got the sleeping quarters down here. Oh, and it's like a family sleeping quarter. That's really cool. Oh, oh, and like all the stuff under the stairs. And okay, so this is kind of more of like our living area, right? Where upstairs everything is kind of activity and, the kitchen and the food and all of that. Down here is kind of more, we've made our family home together here. So we got some more activity stuff. We've got some crafting stuff, that the parents are using probably to make all the things that they have, and even our candle area, um, and even a little playpen and some books for the kids, just their own space that they can hang out with. And we even got a computer going, and even the dog has toys, which is awesome. And I just love that because you gotta take care of the other family member, of course. Get some books and some paintings, whatever they're working on. And yeah, I figure they want everyone protected downstairs after. Like, yeah, exactly. So you want to kind of keep everyone together and y'all can look after each other. And what better place to be during an apocalyptic event than all together, right? And I love the pallet beds for the kids. I feel like these are so perfect. They've even got their little stuffed toys and even some activity stuff that they can do together. And the dog food and the plushies and even some extra cushions. And I just love this area for the kids. And oh my gosh, all the clutter and the towels and everything that the family can kind of keep together. And there's just so much going on. So much going on. And even this cute little toddler bed. That's awesome. I love this bed. Don't um I don't use this enough, but this is such a cute little bed. Oh my gosh. Oh, and even we got some like pantry stuff down here as well, which I feel like is cool. So much going on, so much detail. Oh, so much clutter, and even some dog leashes, right? And and even the pup can be safe. He's got his own little bed down here. Gas cans like I was making some purchase. Yeah. Yeah, the clutter on the shelves is perfection. Definitely, definitely. This is awesome, and I just love how everything just flows together so nicely, and it just feels so realistic. It definitely just feels like a house. That's definitely like a labor of love for the family, and yeah. See, it's raining again. I told you. And even the barrel trash can in here, I think is perfect. This is so cool. This is so much going on in this build. So, what in the heck happened down here? Oh, they're all passed out. I don't think they can get inside. It's fine. I love this. Thank you for participating. This is so, so cool. Uh, let's see if it'll actually go back to being sunny, because it doesn't always like to listen to me. Yeah, okay. It's working. Yay! Awesome. Thank you so much for your really cool build. This poor toddler. This is really, really cool. Awesome, awesome. Uh, yeah, I don't know that they can get inside. They might not be able to get inside. It's fine. Yeah, but one more quick look at this and make sure I didn't miss anything. But you guys can get a quick top down the um of the build itself. So you can really see all the details and all the stuff going on. This is our cool little family bedroom, and then the upstairs uh with the activity room and the bathroom and everything. So cool. Very cool. Awesome. I love that they slept through the night um in the rain outside. I feel like that was awesome. So, very cool. Cool. Awesome. So we're gonna be moving on to our next build. Mm, who else is here? Clayton is here. I believe this was. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna do Clayton's next. Oh, see, now I decided to keep my hashtag back from Ed. Yay! Okay, very cool. All right. So next we're gonna do. Oh, awesome. So this is the next one we're doing. This is the Culture Champions. What was once a bustling business in the warehouse district of New Orleans has now been repurposed as a schoolhouse and library. I think this was a really creative concept, by the way. Um, I did make it residential so it wouldn't cause problems. I made all of them residential, so I know some of them were small businesses, and I know some of them were set up as other stuff. But obviously, it wouldn't let me move Sims in if it was anything else. So we're just, we're just gonna roll with it. The Culture Champions, Yvette and Vaughn Woods renovated the inside to make it perfect for hosting classes to teach the kids how to read and collect historical texts. We need to survive the apocalypse, of course, but we can't lose our humanity, which I feel like is perfect. Um, because, if all the schools are closed, if there's some bad going on, then we're definitely gonna want to have a school because we need to continue to teach the kids, just even about their past, if nothing else. So me, Yvette, and Vaughn Woods, they're the neighborhood culture champions for the Newcrest World Reimagined. When the modern civilization ended and everything went to poop, of course, everyone focused on survival skills. We cannot lose our humanity. This duo is committed to teaching kids to read, collecting books, arts, music, and throwing events for the community to attend. So something that the community can look forward to in a really hard time, and of course a place for maybe the kids to make some friends, get together, because the kids don't need to worry about the hard stuff. They can just kind of be kids, right? So this is Yvette Woods, and we're going to check her out in a second. So she's a ghost historian. She's idealist, cheerful, and bookworm. And this is Vaughn, and he's a friend of the world. And then he's a goofball, active, and geek. So they're so cute. I love them. I saw them a little bit when I had the build down, so they're a really cute couple. This build is really, really cool, and I really enjoyed seeing it when I was putting it down and doing all the pictures and everything. This was a really creative concept and very unique because everything else in the collab um, was mostly like houses, but we did have a couple community lots, which I think was really cool because I feel like it fit really well. We're gonna actually get rid of the heat wave, as much as that's sometimes nice. It means I need to do some more monitoring, making sure they don't die. Right, so this is our reimagined or our little repurposed schoolhouse, right? And I immediately love how when you see this one, it's got that you know, we got some little skylights, which is really cool. But not all of the windows have shutters because it's old and uh it's falling apart, and they probably didn't really waste time doing anything to the outside, so it's kind of like falling apart over the years. And we got some cracks, we got some dirt going on the outside, which I think was really cool. But this is a um, really big build. So like all the detail on the outside is really cool, and I absolutely love like poking over it when I was doing some pictures. Um, so even just like the fencing and the trees, everything, I feel like it fits so well here. And even just like the boarded up windows, and look how freaking cool! It's so much detail. so much detail with just like even the cracks, and even we even got a flag and everything, and then just some stuff on the outside, right? Some like random things that they, like maybe some old boxes left over. Looks like it's got the electricity thing. Some like generators or whatever, right? But even just like the wood in the corner, like some really nice attention to detail, which is really cool. And of course, we got a little sitting area outside. Maybe we bring the kids out, on a sunny day to kind of enjoy the sunshine and eat outside or something, kind of have like a nice little day outside, in the safety of the school. So even just all like the dirt and the cracks and even the awning and everything just flows together so well for to make this kind of like rundown building. And it is definitely some subtle little details and all the work that must have gone into putting everything on here is really cool. So I love that. And even how some of them are different colors and some of them are more open and some of them are closed a little bit more. So that's really cool. They're all different. It's not just, kind of like copied over identical. So it's got its own like personality, right? Which is really cool. Oh, so we're gonna put. Oh my gosh. Sure. All right. So we're gonna. Nope, not upstairs. We're gonna poke inside downstairs first. All right, and look how cute this is, guys. This is so awesome. This is so creative. So we starts off right here to the right, and of course we have our little computer area so the you know, kids can learn how to type, how to write. Maybe, they learn writing, grammar, that kind of thing. And, obviously we don't have modern computers in the apocalypse. We got some typewriters and, some like maybe we kind of like fit some together and made it work, and we got, of course, our library shelves so that they can read and they can check out some books, and then do that kind of together. And so we got a whole bunch of books to choose from that they've gathered and that they've put together, right? So we have a little sitting area for all the kids and maybe the teachers or everything, right? They kind of like use that space together. And of course all the chairs don't match, which I think is perfect. You just kind of made do with what you had. And even just the desks and this little area here, look how cool. And the fact that it's open like this layout and the way this building was made was so creative. And even like the lights and everything here, there's so much going on, and you can really tell how much like love and personality that this couple put into the schoolhouse. So it's really cool, and it's just even with like all the little attention to detail and the banners and even our board that they just kind of rolled in here, and they're like, okay, we're going to turn this into a school, right? So all the kids have even like a nice little cozy rug and all their chairs and desks and everything so that they can teach the kids, and all the cabinets that they probably just store all their stuff and everything, and even just all the lights it lets in, which is really cool. And I love the use of the color of this for the this blue wood, because I feel like it flows really nicely here. And I've never really, it's kind of like a bluish gray. I've never really thought to use this color wood for a ceiling, but this looks so good, especially with this brick. So this is really, really nice with the color matching and everything. So that's awesome. And I just love the splashes of color with the chairs and everything and the rugs. This is just adorable. Yeah, this is adorable. It really is. It's really cute. And even the little ghost chair. It's like a little reading nook, right? So maybe you can just come in here and read, or maybe it's a timeout chair. I don't know. But I think it would be a cute reading nook. So, just come into your reading and whatnot. And then we're over here all together when we're doing our learning, and then, you know, watch the teacher or whatnot. And then of course come in, maybe the parents can hang out or something, and then they can just maybe lunch or whatever. Oh, and I just love the kind of open floor plan. I think that was really creative. So we're gonna poke back over here. Mm-mm-mm. And I think this just goes to the outside. Yes. Okay, so we got more cabinets, some more storage space. You kind of um just kind of fit things in wherever you can because you're collecting books. You're trying to preserve what's left of society. And And you've got your security set up and everything. Make sure keep the kids safe because you got to make sure, because you never know. People could do stupid stuff. I hope the dumb kids come in and change the ghost chair from white. Yeah, I know they were kind of gross. They were rolling around in the mud over there. Very cool, very cool. Awesome. So we're gonna head upstairs. I love the platform used here to hang these lamps and how cool and realistic this looks. This is just so well done with the lighting and with like the wood and everything. Um, this is so awesome. Just so realistic and just really feels like a real building that was just like taken over and remade over, right? That's really, really creative. I love that. And even like the mismatched blinds up here. And okay, so this is kind of like our kitchen area. Okay, okay. So our kitchen and probably sleep in. Right. So this is our kitchen and sleep in area for the couple. Um, and oh my gosh, look how cool this is. And we even got our little kind of broken down stove over here and maybe our eating nook. Somebody started eating something. Just decided not to finish it. Oh, but even maybe we're growing some herbs or some, maybe some homegrown veggies. And we have a cozy little space here. Oh, that's cool. We have our couch with our little TV and everything, even the alarm clock and just some storage space. And they've got their own space, their own computer. Maybe they do lesson plans and stuff like that. And they've kind of, they kind of made their home up here. They made their little cozy area as much as they can, and they're doing what they can, for the kids and for what's left of society, I guess. They even a little cool balcony, so that's awesome. And so they have a nice view of outside as well up here, and then they can actually kind of enjoy a little bit of space. I love how well this bed fits in here too, because it just really feels like it's very kind of like thrown together, kind of run down. We don't have all the nicest stuff, but we made it work. And even just like the nice view up here, and he's coming out here to hang out. And our old fridge and sink and whatever we've made work. So this is so cool. I love just the use of the brick in here. I've never effectively been able to use brick and make it look good, but this just looks awesome. And just the lamps and the lighting in here is so cool. And of course the fans, we got to keep it kind of cool as much as we can. And using the bookshelves here is kind of like the room dividers was, I think, really creative. So you did such a fantastic job with the space. I love this. I love this. This is so cool. Such a really, really well planned out and really well thought out. And so much detail and so much like little stuff that's here and there that you kind of catch as you're looking around. And even just the use of the doors and the windows here and how it makes this building look from the outside. This is really awesome. Oh, and I guess people are coming over to hang out. One more quick look and make sure there was not a downstairs, right? Was there a downstairs? There was not a downstairs. Okay. Just want to make sure. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh. Oh, I missed the bathroom. Yeah, we gotta go back into the bathroom. Bathroom. Where's the bathroom entrance? Was it over here? Yes, okay. My bad. I did miss the bathroom. We're gonna poke in here. Okay, cool. Ooh, I like the windows up top. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. Love the windows up top. Just let some air in. And some, oh, that's kind of creepy. Forgot they do that. I forgot the paintings change. Cool. Okay. So we have a nice little spot that kids can come, use the bathroom, wash their hands, that kind of thing, and even a shower for them as well, for the couple. So very cool, very cool. Oh, this is such a cute build. This is so creative. It was such a good idea to have something like this, um, as part of the world where we have a whole bunch of um uh in part of like an apocalypse world having like a slice of humanity and a slice of something nice and calm. I don't care about the welcome back and go away. But we're gonna take a quick peek from the top, make sure I didn't miss anything. Awesome bathroom and their little cute schoolhouse. Very cool, very cool. Love this build so much. So creative. Thank you so much for this awesome build. This must have taken forever. all the detail that went into this. This is awesome. And I love just the shape of the building. So this is really, really creative. I love that. Still watching you poop would be the scariest thing on earth. Definitely. No, that would terrify me. Yeah, no. I'd move those pictures first chance I got. It's not happening. Not happening. Very cool, very cool. Yeah. Okay. Mm-mm. So let's see who we got next. Lost Time Machine, are you still here? I want to see if anyone else is still here. Or if I can just start going down the line. I'm trying to get the people that are here. Mm, mm, yeah, they didn't do builds though. Trying to see anyone else who did builds. I don't think anyone. Okay, so we'll just start going down the line then. Um, or we'll come back up here. For okay. So we're gonna do Ravi's next. Ravi does not have a sim for her build, so I'm gonna move somebody random in. I'll move myself in. Righty. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the people that participated. Yeah, I know I'm not gonna have any funny. Um so this is Outpost Bravo. All right. So Ravi did not make Sims, but Ravi makes incredible builds. Oh my god, I didn't reset my hashtag. Uh mhm. Why? Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. There we are. Awesome. So we got Outpost Bravo. Following the fallout of the apocalypse and their house being destroyed, a family came across an old abandoned stockyard, deciding to turn it into their new home in the desolate wasteland. They created a respite spot for passing traders and fellow survivors alike. Outpost Bravo. Very cool. So this is a very, very cool build. Um, I think I think Ravi did not make Sims. Let me make sure. Nope. Okay, I don't see any. Okay, I didn't wanna miss them in case she did. And uh, okay, all right. Welcome back from ads. Oh, come on, go. Doo-doo-doo. What are you guys up to otherwise? Grabbing some food, okay? Why is there a horse here? Okay. Sims, you're weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was with the horse. I zoned in and there was a horse. Okay. That's strange. So this is Outpost Bravo, and oh my gosh, this is such a cool, and then the freaking fairy. Strangeness of the Sims sometimes. I'm starting dinner beef salad. Ooh, that sounds good. Yum. Oh yeah, because it's only like 6, 7 p.m. ish, right? Give or take. Awesome. So look at this. Look at the amount of detail already on the outside of this. Like, holy crap. Uh, so 7 p.m. Okay. Yeah. So I believe it was another abandoned stockyard. Okay. Yeah. So another kind of dump style home. Oh my gosh. And Rob is a fantastic builder. So this is beautiful. Look at this. Look at all the detail. Well, beautiful in an ugly, you know, destroyed kind of way, but you know, you know what I mean, right? Look at the amount of detail and all the stuff, even in the corners and even on the sides. We got the tires and we got the container and we got, you know, the little planter boxes back here that they're using, and all the trash and just all the stuff. We're going to poke in here in a second and look at all this, but um, might not even be able to get back here. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, like all the old stuff and some barrels, and so they looks like they've got some planters and stuff that they're using back here, right? So we're kind of using this as a little crafting area. We got the plants, we got some gardening tools and some stuff. So they're kind of using it as, you know, like a little workshop, right? Oh my gosh, and look at all this clutter back here and all the details and the trash. Yeah, no stone left unturned, definitely like nothing missed. Holy crap, there's so much going on. We're gonna poke in there in a second. I'm just trying to get around here and all the awnings and the attention to detail on the the little windows and the piping and the all the stuff back here is, oh my god, just everything. So much stuff. So much stuff. Look at this. Even the little sign coming through the hood of this old car and what was maybe an old like part of an engine or something, and then we got a big old dumpster that, you know, they're probably using to, you know, maybe craft some new stuff. And oh, look at this. Look how cool, and everything is kind of or this part of it is kind of like at an angle, because you can tell they just kind of took this container home and just kind of turned it into like a house, right? So, you know, kind of really very organic, and just threw stuff together and this like beaten up little awning and the barrels and just, oh my gosh, look at this, and the heat lamp and just everything. So much stuff, so much detail. And just everything flows so perfectly. So on top we got this. What is this? I think it's just like a little trash thing. Okay. Or maybe like a heating thing. Okay. Oh, we got a little satellite dish, right? So it kind of may do with what they can. So we got this little upstairs sitting area, and even this little beaten up fence, just kind of, you know, keeps them kind of safe. Keeps, you know, the stuff in and everything. It's kind of just a little hangout spot, and kind of like overlooks. You know, you can keep your safety. You can kind of keep an eye out on what's going on around the neighborhood. But you can also kind of see a little bit of the rest of this build. Look how freaking cool this is. I love this. And even just the roof with the holes and just the like the sign. So, you know, the like repurposed old building kind of thing. And just, oh my gosh, look at this. And just how much time I must have taken to put all this stuff on there and just to make it feel so realistic, and even the graffiti and everything. I just love this. It just really feels like a real repurposed container home, right? I don't know if she can get in. Can you get inside? I didn't, you know, she might not be able to. I didn't really request for these to be livable or like functional, so it's okay if they weren't, you know. Because you kind of feel like it's not always gonna be, because you got to throw things together and it's, you know, it's the apocalypse. Right, we're gonna set it to daytime so we can see stuff. Okay. But I just even noticed there's a security camera that I missed earlier, so that's cool. You know, we got some signs, you know, maybe some warning signs, you know, shoe signs, that kind of thing. So I love this little area down here. I took like 1,000 pictures of it when I was originally going through, because look how cool she threw this little workshop area in here. And this is just perfect because it's underneath the container home. And so we've got kind of like, the pile of containers, but then they hollow this little part out and then threw a workshop in here. And so got kind of like the baskets and all the tools and everything, and it kind of feels very Fallout. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fallout, but I'm a huge fan of the Fallout franchise. So this just really feels very Fallout, like all the stuff on the ground and all the boxes and everything kind of thrown together, and all the tools and people working on stuff, and the big old case with everything, and everything they're just kind of using to craft what they need, because you're making your own tools, you're making maybe your own weapons if you need to defend yourself or something. We got a baseball bat and kind of just in case, and whatnot, and all the clutter, and the boxes, and even the water heater down here and everything. It just feels so realistic, and yeah, very, very Fallout bunker shelter vibe. Yeah, definitely. Uh, so this is very cool, and even got our locker, right? So maybe some valuables kept locked up just in case anyone gets any funny ideas. And of course it was an old yard, so we got some tires, and even just the decor boxes just fit really well in here. So this is really, really creative use of that, and all the books and everything. Oh, this is so cool. And the light, like the kind of workshop lighting in here, it just kind of feels like a cozy little workshop area that, you're not really worried about keeping it clean. You're just gonna throw things together and do what you can. Oh, look how cool this is. This area is so, so cool. Do we want to go? Let's just go in here first. So we're gonna come back through here. Ooh, come down, camera. So first thing you walk in here, oh my gosh, just look at this. And this build had a lot of use of the Batu stuff, and I just really have not seen a better use of it. So this is amazing, amazingly well done. Because a lot of this stuff comes from Batu. So this our little Gonkdroid bucket is from Batu, and so are these tables and chairs. And I just feel like it just fits so well in here. Like, look how perfect. Oh, stop, camera. Look how perfect this is in here. So we got. I did keep going through these because I thought that they were doors, but no, it's a mirror. So, and even the piping in here just kind of continues, right? Because it's kind of like makeshift. We threw it together. We're not gonna make an effort to hide all the piping, and even just the covers for the windows, and because we got some kind of like open holes that we're gonna just kind of try to make do what we can, right? So we're gonna come through here, and this looks kind of like a little kitchen area, and just the use of these like little pots and pans here, and these hanging lights is so perfect, and this old stove, and the pipe for kind of like ventilation, and just look how well everything flows together here. This is so creative and so well done, and even these shelves, and even like the little safety thing, and all the piping and the chains and everything, it just kind of feels very like what's the word? Very I'm blanking. You guys get what I'm going. Um, oh my gosh, why is that bugging me now? Steampunk, that's the word I was looking for. It kind of feels steampunky, right? It's got a little bit of that feel with everything, and I just actually feel like it flows together really well, because this is kind of like a repurposed container home, right? So they kind of just like they didn't really bother doing the floors and all that. They didn't go through and make it all slick. They made it functional, and kind of made it work. So we got some more workshop stuff. We got a bunch of clutter around here, bunch of tools. So they're making it work. We got hot water as much as we can. We got uh, stuff where we can. We got electricity where we can. A fan at least kind of keep cool a little bit. And I just love the layout of this, and just so much clutter, and how everything just fits together so nicely. And it just feels so lived in and so realistic. And even just wherever you look, and just kind of peek around, and it just feels like it's a real like apocalyptic home, and it's so like nice and like perfect, and like look at even this little kind of like sitting living area, right? And even with kind of the painting background, and this like little old TV that they got working so that they can have some entertainment, and even just this little area with the lighting. Oh, this is so perfect. Thank you for the hydrate, Vinny. Sorry, be quiet. I've been half lurking, watching all the amazing builds. I'm finishing Detroit. Oh, Detroit Become Human. Oh, are you liking it? Um, I've n- I've never played it. I've played Beyond Two Souls, which is by the same dev, and Heavy Rain is by the same dev. Um, but it is probably one of like I've watched it a number of times, and it is probably one of my all-time favorite games. Same with I like everything Quantic Dream makes. They have yet to um make a bad game, I think. They are making a new game called Star Wars Eclipse that is going to be the same kind of way that Detroit and Beyond Two Souls is made, but set in the Star Wars universe. So I'm really looking forward to that, but I think it's not due for release until like 2027 or like at the earliest. So we've got like another 2 years to go. But I'm looking forward to it because everything they make is fantastic. So yeah, definitely enjoy. But yes, thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. But yeah, definitely some amazing builds. Quiet cutting carrots. No, take your time. You're good. You're good. Thank you for sticking around. So this is our this heads out okay, this heads outside back where we were with our little yeah, making some nectar and stuff out here, our planting area and everything. And of course the living area that we had and just the newspaper on the ground and everything I feel like is so fitting, just kind of keep it clean as much as we can, maybe keep um some mud off of the ground and from our shoes, just so it doesn't get gross and stinky. Oh, and look at this cool bathroom. This bathroom just feels so realistic with the piping and everything, and the maybe the hot water heaters coming down, and even the scuffs on the walls, and kind of like the beat up feel and like look of it, and even this like old style kind of like piping sink, and kind of shoved some toilet paper under here and some boxes, and just whatever you can, and kind of just the necessities. You're pretty much at just the necessities. We get some cleaning solution just in case, and everything, and even these like old kind of like warehouse style lights I feel like are perfect in here. And I just love the way this shower was kind of made, because um this is the sleek bathroom kit, I think, glass. So it's just kind of like a thrown together shower, and of course it is even like a platform down, so it kind of just feels like a really realistic shower. So this is so creative, and just the way that she threw every little detail in here and just fits so well. Ravi's a fantastic builder, so definitely she built some great modern homes, and I'm huge with the modern homes, so I just absolutely love her builds. But oh, this is such a cool little space. So let's go poke upstairs. I hate that the camera is doing this. It's driving me nuts. All right, so we got a couple ways to go up here, and I think we've got, okay. So let's poke outside real quick. So we have a little sitting area and barbecue area. Aw. And then of course we can head down here to the planting area as well. We have a nice little sitting area, and maybe we can do some barbecuing and some grilling, and just kind of, take a chance to enjoy what we can, enjoy the sunlight. Uh, and even this like thrown together little kind of wooden table. It just feels like oh my gosh, sure. Just feels like it really, really kind of fits in here. So this is awesome. Very cool, very cool. I'm gonna poke in here. And of course, all the little clutter, the piping that continues, just how everything, and even the little railing up here, it just feels like it really all flows together and just keeps together like really, really nicely. I love this bathroom, by the way. Um, I love how this shower is here, and then it's got the openings here. And I just think that was really creative way to have these on the floor, because I've never really thought to do that. So I think that was really, really cool idea. Uh, just kind of let out some air, keep it from getting all musty and gross in the bathrooms, right? Uh, And of course, we got kind of like a thrown together little bathroom. We got some clutter, for kind of some necessities. And it just continues all like the chains, the kind of like workshoppy sort of stuff with the the piping and everything, and got a mirror and sink in here, just the necessities. And this is so cool. This is just feels so like realistic and so like lived in, and just something somebody threw together to just you know to have what they need in a time where you don't really have a whole lot, so you can't be too picky, but you're gonna kind of keep some stuff in when you can. Morning, hon. How are you? Good to see you. Are you up early? I don't know if you're up early or you late. Hi, welcome in, though. I just did we just had daylight savings, so it's back to being 1:30 again. We've gone through a couple builds. This is Ravi. Ooh, look at this cool bedroom. Oh my gosh. I love this. Look how cozy this is. This actually feels like a really cozy bedroom. I'm one of those people that would love to sleep in like a room that fits nothing but my bed and maybe some little thing. I don't know how my husband would feel about that because I already like sleep. Like I sleep up against the wall. That's how our bed is set up. So I like him being in front of me and me being up against the wall because I'm cozy like that. I know not everyone feels like that, but I prefer it. I like being a little bit closed in when I sleep. So, uh, but oh my gosh. Vinny, 100%. Holy crap. 100% why? Dang, you're smart. You are wise today, huh? Steph got 20. You can do better than that, Steph. It's early or mobile at the moment. I'll switch to PC later. All right, bestie, take your time. I know you're just getting up. I'm not used to you being up early like this, but I guess it's not that early anymore for you. Awesome. So got a little cork board, and oh, look at the use of this cute little like patchwork kind of lamp, and everything just fits this theme. Like just the I'm constantly baffled by some of your guys' creativity and use of like items that I've just didn't even know were in the game. So it's just incredible. It's awesome. Just the little stuff like feel like I've seen this lamp, but maybe not the swatch of it. I feel like it's got swatches that are not patchwork like this. I just never would have thought. Yeah, but even just like look at all this little clutter in the book and the cup underneath here, just kind of keep it out of the way. We got a TV. We can just watch some TV at night. Maybe some old mail and whatnot. Maybe we don't have email and stuff because it's kind of the apocalypse. So maybe you're writing letters. Maybe you're keeping some old postcards for memories. Even our little corkboard. It's such a cozy little bedroom, and even I feel like it's so perfect, and even the roofing is all part of that container home feel, so I just love that. And then we're gonna come through this way, and this heads back out to okay, so we got another bedroom in here, and this is cool. Look at this. So this is very different than the other one. It's a little bit more like thrown together. We got some paintings, so maybe this person is kind of like the artist of the two, and they kind of got some books, maybe writing, some sketches. They've kind of got their dresser, probably keep some of their stuff on here. uh, you know and I just love the window, the little open use of these little windows down bottom. So this is really really cool. uh Loving all the builds and sims, yeah, definitely. I'm stealing. That's why I love these tours, because I just steal ideas from y'all, because some of y'all are way more creative, and it's so cool to see what people come up with, and this is just awesome. And even like the little dirty rug and the storage boxes, it just kind of feels like a real like lived in bedroom. So it's really really cool. And then we head this way, and of course all the piping and oh my gosh, and just how everything just feels like it continues and it just flows together so nicely. Of course, we got a nice little workout area here. Uh, I keep walking through mirrors thinking that they're rooms. Um, Ravi's gonna just laugh at me. But I looked at that, I was like, oh, the room goes on. And I was like, oh wait, no, that's a mirror. So see how the use of the mirrors here, how she did it to where it makes the room feel bigger. And I just feel like that's really creative and it's such a cool idea. Because definitely something in like a small space that you want is you want it to feel bigger, so people do that in their houses in real life is put mirrors around to make the space feel bigger and to more open. So we got kind of like a little workout area here, because you got to keep yourself fit. You never know, you're kind of gonna need it. Uh, so that's a really, really cool use of this like little space over here. So that's awesome. Some workout stuff, fan, and all the, continue with all the piping and lots of use of batu in here, which is really cool because I don't see it used a lot. So the window placement is so cool. Yeah, I know. I love the window placement in this build. It's really, really well done. What are you talking about? Your build? Oh, that's sweet. Lexus. Good at certain types of builds, not all though. Um, and obviously, I know, I do some stuff well, but I love learning new stuff, and I love seeing the creative stuff people come up with. Unlurk, welcome back, Kiwi. Yeah, we're checking out Ravi's build. Oh, it unpinned. I've been kind of using that pin to keep myself a little bit more controlled and not taking too long to tour these. It's not really working because there's so much to see, and I don't want to like gloss over it. Uh, okay, so we have an area up here. So it looks like a little like workshop area. Maybe they're working on fixing like the plumbing or something. You can kind of come up here. You got the heater and some more piping. Maybe they're kind of doing the uh keeping the electricity running, the water running, and all that kind of stuff. So that's really, really cool. So I love that use of that little space up here and the little hatch. So that's really creative, putting this little room in here, kind of like an electrical, like workroom. So that's really cool. This is so creative. This is such a creative build. This is absolutely incredible. I just everywhere you look, there's so much detail. Everything flows together so nicely, and this like workshop container kind of. Um, yes, you're not on the right account, Steph. Oh. There you go. It's okay. I'm finishing up the build, so I'll just get a new one. After this, let me make sure that I got everything here. No, because she's peed herself. Oops. Sorry. There you go. Let's change it back so I can look at it in the daytime. Make sure I didn't miss anything. You think I know my way around the house in the dark? uh, see, I do okay in the dark, but I have night blindness, so I can't really see. Like if it's pitch dark, I can't see. I have to have a little bit of lighting, which you know how some people's like eyes kind of adjust a little bit in the dark. Mine don't. So I have night lights everywhere. But I know I can kind of feel around my house at night. I don't know if I'd fully be able to get through like really quickly at night though. But okay, so this was Ravi's build. Let me make sure I got everything. And I just love the layout of this and the fact that it's not just square. It's kind of like really feels organic. That the containers are kind of like thrown together. Uh, and this is just so cool. So we got the bedroom, the bathroom, the other bedroom, and then our little workout area, the stairs. Uh, oh, you know what? I think I missed this entire building. I think it's just a whole separate building. It is a whole separate building. Um, It does look like it's only that one room. Okay, yeah, because we saw the workshop. I did miss this one building, so we're gonna poke in here and see what this is. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's like almost a cafe bar kind of. That's really cool. Okay, so maybe they're uh Maybe they're kind of hosting. I think she put it in the stories. I might have just forgotten uh, that they host like a mm, 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 deciding to turn it into their new home in the Desolate Wasteland. They create yeah, so a spot for passing traders. So that's definitely like a little area where you can kind of hang out, listen to some music, and maybe you can have like a nice, relaxing drink or something with some passing traders or some other travelers trying to just get through and make it and survive. So you got this nice little spot that they can come in, and then the other part is the actual home. So this has the outdoor little area as well, and then it's got this upstairs part that we saw earlier. So I poked into this earlier. So it's got that little sitting area, and then down here is that like kind of the bar area. So they come and they kind of serve some drinks and maybe make some money because maybe for trading or whatnot. But I just love how everything's kind of like cluttered in here together so well. And it just really feels so realistic, and it just feels so well done. And even this like little like storage area, and all the listen to the records for the record player, and all of that, and even the signs and everything. It just feels so realistic and so well done, and it just flows together so nicely. And oh my god, this was just fantastically done. I love this build. This is amazing, amazing build. Very well done. Yes, I'm loving these. They're just really, really well done. Eyes adjust well in the dark, so when we go on night walk, I will guide you. Good, you will have to. Or I will run into things. My husband has to do that sometimes. So yes, you will have to guide me so I don't run into things. Oh, thank you, Lexus, for the hydrate. I will. While we're loading, we're gonna actually. I don't know. Um, yes, yes, definitely some hype for Ravi. This was incredible build, really, really well done. Super good job. I just all of these builds, like I could not pick a favorite if oh my god, I could not put money on it if to pick a favorite. Just not gonna happen. They were all incredible. I'm on PC, but gonna make some coffee. Be right back. No problem, bestie. Take your time. I'm gonna hydrate real quick while we load into the next build. Um, let's do somebody that has Sims so that I don't have to move her. Okay. We're gonna do Asphodel next. And she was kind of a late join too, so this was really cool. So I'm gonna go and throw that up there, and then we're gonna we load into hers. So this is Hodgepodge Hideout. When the apocalypse comes, you make do with what you've got. In this case, two people built themselves a safe little hideout that can forever be added to when necessary. They take in those in need as long as you're willing to help keep the hideout afloat, and you're happy to add to it. So this is her. She was a little bit of a late join too, and this build is just incredible. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. So we're gonna load into that. And I think she had Sims. No, she did. Okay, she did not have Sims. Then who did I put in here? Did I put the wrong person? Am I an idiot? It's quite possible. Or did somebody random move in? Somebody random must have moved in. Okay. So we're gonna ignore the person that's in here because she kind of made herself at home, but we're gonna use her to tour this build. Random one to be in the apocalypse. Yeah, apparently. And is she she's a no, well, I guess she doesn't like them very much. She's just a random. Okay, weird. Uh, Alrighty. So this build, she actually took pictures of it at night, and I think it looked really cool at night. So I am gonna show you this build at night first, because you can really see kind of the lighting and how cool it looks at night. But we're gonna peek at it through the day too. What did I miss? It's like I feel like I need to catch up with chat. I had 2 drinks in 2 hours. Okay, yeah. I actually needed to take my pills too. So thank you for that reminder. Best thing to do at night: watch the Senator and have a drink. Yes, I like it. I like it. I hope you guys are enjoying these awesome builds, because I definitely am. Because holy crap, these are so cool. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool. Oh, look at the detail on the outside. Hey, I want to see it at night real quick. Um, but then I really want to tour it during the day. So you can kind of see even the light coming from like the camper van, right? Look how cool, and all like the dead plants and how creepy it feels at night. And I think I just love that a lot more. Because some of these builds feel like really creepy and really kind of like dooming at night, which is kind of like realistic, right? Because if you are kind of like in this apocalypse kind of situation, then it's gonna be a little creepy. You don't know what's around the corner. People are out to maybe steal your stuff, or maybe there's zombies or whatever. You don't know. So it kind of feels very like realistic. And of course, all like the chain wire fence everywhere, and I just feel like that's a really creative use. I like literally never get a chance to use that fence, so I think this is the perfect time. And I think I've seen items used in these builds that I have never before seen in my life, in The Sims, used in builds other than maybe sporadically randomly. So I just love that, and I feel like you guys got so creative, and everyone just went to town on these builds, and it's just absolutely incredible how much, I feel like it kind of had people think a little bit outside the box, which is what I kind of want, just a chance to try out something new, throw things together and not worry about whether it's functional or works or whatever. So this build to me just really feels like they want to keep people out, because this definitely just screams stay away. We got security cameras, we got signs, we got, no entry, we've got a giant freaking fence around it, like the barbed wire fence around it. We got, it just really feels uninviting, and I feel like you kind of want that. And you kind of want to keep people away, and you want to keep yourself safe. So I feel like this is so perfect. And so this feels kind of very like thrown together, and you can even see the different use of the swatches on the outside of the roofing and the walls and everything. And whoa, camera. And even just the overgrown part here, and we got some power going up here, and the solar panels, and the wind turbines and the satellite. So these people really want to keep to themselves, and they want to keep themselves safe, and they want to stay in here, and they kind of took the space and made it their own, and they're just kind of like, nope, stay out. And oh, this is and the vines here, and we got a little heat lamp, and just kind of the repurposed materials here. So we got a generator back here, and electricity, so they got their own space, and they got what they need, and planters, and maybe they're using the camper van to as an extra space, maybe to sleep, maybe, in case they do allow a guest or two, or something, or maybe as an extra workshop. Uh, Definitely like all the dead plants and the vines here is just very like kind of gloomy and dark feeling, and I just love that because I feel like it just really really fits in here so well. Oh my gosh, just look at this, and got some storage and the hydroponic planters back here. The recycling, so you're making use of what you got, what you can, and this is just so fantastic. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, so we got our storage here for our nectar. So maybe they're using that maybe for trading, that kind of deal. And got some space back here. Oh, look how cool this is. Look how creepy it feels. I love this. Asphodel's a fantastic builder. So this is really really cool. She does some really amazing Sims. So I'm really amazed that she hasn't made Sims, but probably didn't have time. This was a little clutch, last minute kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely she makes some incredible Sims too. So if you have a chance, check out her gallery because really no, this is amazing job. Just so much detail, and you can just really feel like you kind of live here, and if you live here, kind of like why they have certain things certain ways, and it really just makes sense. It feels realistic. So we're gonna come poke back around over here and go back to the front. Okay, so we got some more storage up here. We got some solar panels, just getting as much electricity as we can. So, of course, we got some bikes as well, kind of like the um, repurposed bikes. We, just kind of threw together what we can. We need to get around. Gasoline's hard to come by, so we're gonna use the bikes because that's a little bit better for now. Even some old, barrels maybe we're composting, and even just like the piping and the vines and all the extra stuff. Got a bunch of security cameras, so they're definitely, keeping people out and making sure to keep themselves safe. I love the use of this curved uh, little overhang here, because that's really kind of cool that it's that it was curved, that she chose to use the curved instead of keep it straight. This is so cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, this is fantastically done. So I can't wait to check this out. So, okay. So if you're allowed inside, this is where we're gonna go in. And so I think this is the entryway. I'm hoping I'm going in through the right way. But oh, this is cool. Look at this. All right, so we got, some tools and some basic stuff probably for working outside. It's just the quick grab and go kind of thing. You know, we got some jackets, quick little stuff just in case, kind of keep stuff around in case you need it. And this heads down. We're going to come back to that. So this way. So this heads, and she just made herself right at home there. So look how cool and like dark and gloomy this feels. I just absolutely love this. Oh my gosh. Oh, and we even got some like bags and just like everything's kind of like made to fit here, and they squeeze as much stuff as they could, like some workshop stuff and maps, tools, all kinds of stuff. So they're definitely keeping stuff going and keeping themselves, safe and working and getting, their needs, whatever they need, and all the clutter. Just look at all the clutter. Holy crap. And the oven and microwave here, and even just like the water heater, you can tell that this was just kind of like a fashioned together shelter, right? And oh, look how incredible this is. Love it. And even the pots and pans, we got a kettle, we gotta make some tea, coffee, whatnot. Love it. Hey, lurk, enjoy your lurk, Lexus. Thank you, hon. And I love this. I love bordering off tiles like this as well because I just think it looks more realistic. So that's really really cool. Uh, and the black and white tile here. Oh, look how cool this is. It just feels so like lived in and so like homey and like cluttered, and they just took the shelter and like made it work, and just threw all their stuff on that they could and all their workshop. They even have like a little TV here just for some entertainment, a drink or two or whatnot. Um, oh, look how cool. Some sketching papers, that kind of thing. All right. So let's see what's over here. Oh, all right. So our pantry. So it just really looks like think they're making like nectar and stuff, and maybe they're trading, maybe it's for them, maybe they're just making sure that they got plenty. You got to survive for however long, you never know. But oh my gosh, the amount of time it must have taken to do all this. This looks so cool. All the drinks, and not all these things snap really that easily. So she did amazingly well in here. Oh my gosh, it just feels so realistic. And just like the box of stuff and the circuit board and everything, and it's just kind of like feels like a cool little storage area, like a cool little pantry storage, right? And of course it's locked down because you don't want anyone coming in and stealing your food. That's the last thing you need, because food's more precious than gold sometimes during time like this, you can imagine. Oh, this is cool. And you come up here. Ooh. And everything's just locked down tight. They're definitely keeping to themselves here. Okay, so they're working on, work, whatever, monitoring, keeping stuff, keeping themselves safe here. She actually weirdly looks like she fits here, like with the ripped up kind of shirt. She's just kind of a random, but okay. So this little area, this little walkway, hallway here. So in here, okay, so we got a little sitting area. Just another little sitting area, TV area, maybe a workshop kind of little private room, right? I think she wrote out why. Well, yeah, okay. So they do take in people, but if they're willing to help out, so they do have some extra space if needed, but they're probably very, very limited on who they trust, because you can't just trust everybody. So this just really feels like a nice safe house for, people to stay together and take care of each other. Okay, so we got laundry area, kind of like laundry bathroomish area, and this I think heads outside. Yep. Okay. So we got kind of like laundry cleaning room, right? Kind of keep some supplies here if needed, the kind of thing, all the washboards and all that. So, whoever's around, you're gonna help, you're gonna do laundry, you're gonna clean, you got all the supplies you need, but everyone's got to pull their weight because you got to keep things together. So this is such a cool little space that I think fits just so well in here. Okay, and a um drying line. So okay, a little area where you can come hang your clothes up, and it kind of still keeps it out of the open air a good little bit, but and kind of dry your clothes and everything once you've done the wash and everything. So you're gonna put it up here, and then everyone can come grab their clothes, or one person's doing all the washing and kind of everything. But this is such a cool little space, and all like the stuff, the supplies, the towels, soap, and everything you need is here. This is really really cool. So this outdoor little area here. We kind of poked into this earlier, but we got a telescope here and a little overhang. And I just even love kind of like the ripped up flag, and I think this is the eco doors. I absolutely love the eco doors. This is so cool. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna put back up here, and this goes into the other area. Some old chairs and some laundry baskets and stuff. All right, and then back out here. Oh, I don't know what's going on over here, but this is creepy. It looks like they're testing some stuff. Maybe they're working on a cure, or maybe it's, who knows what happened. But they're definitely working on some stuff, and they're testing stuff, and they're kind of keeping all their supplies very safe and locked away here. And oh, this is cool, and I like how this little area is made just kind of like very closed in and kind of like very private. And it's not, and I like that it's not super straight, because this area that comes up here and this ladder up is kind of at like a curve, which is really cool. So it's just like really, really creatively done. Oh, I love this. All the barrels and the clutter and everything is just so much going on here. Thank you for the hydrate, staff. I've been talking a lot. Cool. All right. Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna poke in here next. Okay, so bedroom. Okay, so bedroom. Oh, I love this little pizza sleeping bag. This is so cute. I did not know this was a swatch. I love this so much. Okay, so this is one of the bedrooms, and it looks like we do have a double bed with some laundry and stuff, right? It's like kind of like fashioned together dresser, and even a little furnace to keep themselves warm. Some kids' drawings, maybe somebody's got kids, and we get some board games and stuff that they can just kind of entertain themselves with, just in case, that kind of thing. And we got a little desk. We can maybe do some writing, some reading, that kind of thing. Uh, okay, guess she changed her mind. Uh, it's a little sitting area, right? And just kind of like a nice little bedroom. Maybe it's kind of a shared space. Maybe it's not. Maybe we just, whoever they bring in, they kind of keep to themselves and they kind of keep their own little space here. Uh, oh, okay. And then right across here is a bathroom. So this is kind of a nice little private bathroom. I love the layout of this bathroom. It's got the door in the center and this cute rug in here. I actually think this fits really, really well in here. It just kind of feels like really homey and kind of run down. And then of course, uh, this little mirror up here. I love this. I love the way this mirror was made up here with the lights and everything and all the little clutter stuff. So this is really cool. And my camera just doesn't like. Okay, it's a little better. But even the eco toilet here and everything is really cool. The space just fits so nicely in here. And all the lanterns hanging and everything because we don't necessarily have electricity or lighting really well or anything, so this is such a cool little space. Some extra storage, that kind of thing. Okay, so is our pizza bedroom. Making sure I don't miss stuff. Bathroom. Okay, so we do have another bedroom over here. Ooh, this is very like kind of cluttered. Maybe like teens kind of kids. Maybe you're just kind of sharing some bedrooms because, you've only got so much space. But it does, they did say they made it very like expandable. So, you kind of have a chance if more people do show up, you work together, you kind of expand on the room. So this is really cool and um I love these are the fabricated rugs with eco and just all the clutter and everything and all the details. And they've all got their own like furnace and their own warmth, their own space. Like, sure, you're in like a shared space, but you've got your own space. And these just, I feel like they have personality, and you can kind of tell who lives in them. And these sleeping bags are so, so freaking cute. So cute. I love the pizza one too. We got a little like, bed, kind of like reading nook area, desk, got some board games, just kind of got to keep ourselves entertained, right? This is really, really cool. This is so well done. And I just love that this outside area is kind of open, right? And then it goes into all the bedrooms, which is really cool. So let's head back down. I think I've seen everything at the top because I think it's just the bedrooms. I hate how much it's freaking out. Okay. So we're gonna head back up here. Been in here. Yep, we came out of here. Okay. So I think that was everything there. I think there is a downstairs as well. We're gonna go see the downstairs. The layout of this is just so well done too. It's so creative. How it's kind of like a shelter. Like it's not like a house so much. It's just more like a shared space, right? Okay. Alrighty. So from the entryway, we can come down here and there's some like testing and stuff going on down here. Maybe it's like a med bay. But I was trying to figure out what this kind of was, but okay, so it looks like a medical area. Okay, so just in case, somebody gets sick, maybe somebody's got some medical training. So just in case, it is the apocalypse. You don't necessarily uh have maybe hospitals, so you're gonna want to keep people sick. I'm choosing to believe it's for good, not yeah, the basement looks kind of sus. It really kind of does. I'm choosing to believe that it's supposed to be a hospital and that it's supposed to be, like a med bay. So, kind of more like a triage kind of ward. Just in case, you gotta keep people healthy. Just the stuff's gonna happen, just in case. So even if you're bringing people in, especially traveling people, and maybe somebody knows that you run like a little hospital ward, so you're gonna, be able to take care of people. I think that's all that's down here. That's kind of creepy that I can just kind of like see that. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. But, oh, yep, so that was all that was down there. Okay, so the entryway, the pantry, and then the main room, and then the upstairs is the bedrooms, the laundry. Oh no, this is the sitting area, and then this upstairs was the bedrooms and the bathroom. Very cool. Really cool. This was such a creative build. I love this so much. She did a fantastic job, really. This was really, really cool. Alrighty. Now, and this random lady that decided to move herself in. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Steph's build next. Because she's here. I don't think anyone else. We had Lost Time Machine and then he poofed, or they poofed. But could have done them as well tonight. Uh, if they come back. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So now we're heading to. Where are you, Seth? Oh, I was just about to do that. Thank you, bestie. Beat me to it. Alrighty, so this is the Go Away Predator Sense. Oh my gosh. I have a button on my keyboard that opens like my monitoring software for my laptop, and I keep hitting it, and it's just a memory eater, so I hate it. All right, yes, definitely some hype for Asphodel. This build was amazing. Look at that. And it is just AsphodelMoon. It is on her, it is under the hashtag as well, but it is on her gallery. Because holy crap, incredible job. All the builds so far have been amazing. I wish she could have been here to see the build, but that's okay. I'm sure she'll poke in at some point. Awesome. I know, I don't think my sound stuff isn't working. I gotta fix it somehow. I gotta go through and look at it, because some of the sound commands worked and some didn't. Because like we got yours working, last time we did it, and then I got some of the other ones working, but then the hype didn't work. I forgot to turn it off, or fix it. I'll have to mess with it at some point. Um, yeah, one day maybe when you've got some. Did that work? Because I can't. I don't have volume on, so I can't hear. Uh, but maybe you can help me play with do some testing and play with the sound and get it working properly, because it was driving me nuts when I was trying to set it up. Yes, ads might still be running. But we're going to slowly move into Steph's bed. So this is the Apocalypse Survivor home. All right, and this is a really cool build, so I'm very excited. Thank you, gallery. Good grief. It's ugly screenshots. And Steph made yeah, we'll sort it out. I might have just turned them all off because they were just being janky. But thankfully this screenshot is really, really cool. But then you get down here and it's I don't know what that was. But you know, the gallery does everyone dirty. So these are our apocalypse survivors. I haven't been showing off the Sims completely or doing any of their outfits or anything because they would just this tour would take forever. So y'all can go check it out. But I have been just poking into their kind of into their gallery profile and their look. So Mia Hayes is our eco innovator. She's a green fiend, adventurous, and loves the outdoors. And then Cortez Hayes is a critter hunter. And he's outdoorsy, ambitious, and adventurous. So they are our apocalypse survivors living in our survivor home. So we're gonna go check them out. I don't even think I have my game sounds on. I'm just being a lazy streamer tonight. I was not ready. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought she like got struck by lightning or something. I was like, what the heck happened to her? All right. Cloudy. Let's change it to sunny. Oh, well, she's already taken advantage of our our all the you know amenities. Awesome. So look at this. This is so cool. And this is clearly like maybe aliens invaded or something. Like, look how cool this is. I love this. And I love that the house is on stilts, right? That it's kind of raised up because it kind of keeps you off the ground, right? Keeps you safe. I love this build. This is so cool. And now, if they built this shelter, and I don't know if they just took over the spot, but it has this cool, like, you know, a little, like, oh my gosh, my words are leaving me today. Um, but like, a little, like, moat around it, right? So I can imagine it's a little harder for people to get across, or you're not gonna want to kind of like go through that. So it kind of keeps them safe, because they have a lot of this the area kind of blocked off and everything's kind of fenced in, and they're keeping themselves away from people. And so, oh my gosh, in this area out here, all the clutter and maybe some like security and everything, and we got some mosquitoes here, and bugs are kind of gathering, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Added layer of protection from the zombies. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I don't imagine that they're gonna be getting out of that if they fall in there. A little moat. We got some fishies in here too. So hey, maybe if the water isn't disgusting, you can fish. uh, Likes complaints. Sure, you can like complaints. Awesome. So I love this outdoor area because even like the truck and like all the stuff, the barrels, like the trash, and oh, this is so cool. And maybe they just like took over this, because maybe an old military vehicle, with pretty good protection. And we got whatever crashed here, but there, makes use of the materials, whatever you can. In apocalypse situation, you're gonna be like, hey, whatever works. We're using it. And I love this tall fence. I think that's really cool because, nothing's really getting across that, but it kind of keeps them safe, and it looks like they're practicing some archery because, if you need to pick off some zombies, you never know. Got to make sure your aim is good. And hey, I can imagine you can stick a bow or an arrow through the fence there and just shoot from the inside and keep yourself away from them. Hey, whatever works. Keep yourself safe. You don't want to get bit. You don't want to get scratched. You know. Awesome. So this area out here is so cool. And then the overturned truck. I definitely see some tool use here, right? And this like, what the heck is this? Is it just like missing stuff? Huh. It's like a little like cage kind of area. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Yeah, and just all the, you know, hey, even like a fancy like techie mailbox. Maybe they kind of crafted themselves. You're putting stuff together from what you can, from what you've got, from what you've managed to make do. And just kind of like overgrown a bit, just time has done its thing. We kind of got some like leftover stuff, some old tires and some wood, whatever that were staying warm. Oh, the truck comes like that in debug? Really? I've never seen that. I've seen the other one, but I've not seen the one on its side. That's cool though. That's awesome. I feel like that's perfect. Uh, okay, cool. So we got like a little dumpster area here. Maybe they took over this area and all the trash and everything, all the clutter, the barrels, like all the extra stuff, some more. Maybe they're kind of using it as like they're grabbing whatever they can, materials, that kind of thing. Just kind of using the space, keeping themselves safe and just using whatever materials you can make do. Definitely so many story opportunities. Yeah, you could really do like you could take this town and just make a whole storyboard out of it. And I just think it would be so, so cool. Uh all right, so they've got this place locked down tight. So this is kind of their, you know, maybe some like planning, maybe they're mapping out stuff. They're, making like all the medicine, whatever they need, and that kind of thing. So this is cool. Got some like, crafting stuff and sketching stuff. Maybe they're, just woodworking, candles, whatever, because you got to get some lighting. Candles, I'm sure, are really important in a time like this. And kind of like, electric, whatever you can, you're making do with what you can. And I just love the use of this like cool awning here. Kind of, you got to keep some stuff out of the rain if you can. And keep your stuff safe, keep your stuff protected. But this is such a cool area, just like a cool little like safe area for this couple, to do what they got to do. And I just love that the house just sits on top of all of this. This is so creative. And just they have everything underneath, so that everything in this little area is just kind of their safety. And that's really, really cool. That's so creative. Oh, and of course, like the little training kind of dummies, they got that thrown together. They're gonna do some practicing. You gotta learn how to fight. Yeah, I feel like they would take anything they find laying out, they'd venture out, use for what materials. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think that's cool. You just throw in it and you got your own stuff, keep people away from it. Oh, this is cool. And then they have like a workout area here. This is awesome. Keep yourself fit, keep yourself safe, in shape, because you never know, whether you got to keep out other people or whether you got to, go against the zombies or whatnot. So this is such a cool creative space. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. And I just love that everything's kind of out in the yard, because you're not gonna bother putting everything inside. You maybe don't have the space. You're just gonna put your necessities out. And the only way in to this place seems like through this area down here, and it's all locked up tight and it's fenced in. So you're only letting in people that you want in. Otherwise, yeah. It's, it's okay. I was like, what the heck is that? It's just a werewolf running by. Okay. It's really weird. Okay. Thanks, Sims. All right, so we're gonna head inside. We're gonna come up this stairway. I love this halfway platform here with the painting and kind of like like maybe like a relaxing area or something, or maybe just kind of like lookout area. Kind of use it to paint, maybe just a little outing, but it's not just a straight stairwell. You can continue up the stairs, but you've also kind of got this like little landing spot. So this is really cool, really creative spot here because you can also keep an eye out across everything. So this is very, very cool. I love this. Love this little sitting area, and all the chairs are kind of different. Whatever they manage to find or keep or whatnot. So we're gonna keep going up here. And I just love the flooring here. I love the use of this stone because I just feel like it really fits this build so well. Because everything's kind of like, you're kind of using what you can. You're using materials that you can. Whatever's sturdy and safe. And then we get up to here, and I don't know why it sometimes does that. Just not liking it. So we got kind of like a satellite dish, right? We're getting whatever reception we can, our clothes drying line, some generators, electricity. We're getting, water heater, whatever we can, making use of the materials we can. This is really cool. Oh, and even got some security cameras and, some like all the piping, they've maybe makeshifted some stuff. It kind of just feels so realistic. And what in the heck are these? Maybe some like power kind of stuff, right? That's what we're going with. I know I've seen these, but I don't think I've ever known what they were. But hey, maybe they've kind of like makeshifted stuff together that they can, we've got even some like gardening stuff and whatever. They're just tools, anything that they can. They're using whatever they've managed to make work. So this little outdoor area is really, really cool here because it just kind of feels so cluttered and like uh so like they've kind of made it work. And they've even got like this little chess area, and like maybe they kind of just take some time out during the day to just do something fun together. And I love like even all like the piping and everything. It just feels so like they just really threw it together. So it's just perfect. And even just like all the boxes, like all the storage, everything they can, maybe they're keeping an eye on things, keeping themselves safe, seeing what's around, some gardening, you got to grow your own stuff, do what you can, you know. I don't know what is could be, because, yeah, could be something. They kind of just look like power things or something like that. But I kind of feel like it works, because we're, harnessing power, solar, anything we can. We got generators, maybe battery chargers, whatnot, water heaters, all the extra storage. We even got hey, maybe you never know, you could hook up your bike and create your own power. That's, just, how they've made power with the bikes. That way you can get a workout and have some electricity at the same time. I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. Okay. All right. Well, I guess they have a friend hanging out. All right. Hi, lady. Awesome. So, uh, I don't know if there's like a front door. We're going to pick a door to go into. All right. So this is kind of like the way it will come in here. So this kind of feels like a front door, right? Ooh, okay. Oh, I love this wood in here because it just kind of feels like a very makeshifted wood. You just kind of like threw it together, and even like the covers over the windows and everything. It just feels so like realistic. Um, and just, kind of like they're just kind of keeping safe. Oh, this is so creative. I love the way you did these windows. This is so cool because they've got kind of like a protection, right? Because if you're keeping yourself safe from like zombies or something, you don't want them to be able to break stuff down because maybe they can break the glass, but you kind of want to like reinforce the windows. Yeah, yeah, reinforced windows. Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. So, we got kind of like our necessities. We got some trash, mail, maybe we can make some calls just in case. Maybe the phones are working when they are. Sink some like rundown counters. Be like an old makeshift stove. Oh, even like love this little computer. Oh, that's cool. I love this little desk. This is so perfect. It just kind of like really feels like they just kind of threw it together, or like they kind of found it and put it together and made it work. Oh, and this like little fridge area and even all the stovetops, they got their necessities. They're making do with what they can, keeping themselves safe. You got the stuff you need, even all of your tools and everything. This table is like my favorite thing. I was looking at this when I did the pictures and just all the chairs being different, just everything, the colors, the chairs being different, even it's like little paper crafting, maybe just doing something for fun. But this is so creative. Like, look how cute this is. This is so awesome. And even the little like sitting buckets and all the chairs, stools, couches, they've just kind of scavenged, found what they can, and made it work. So this is so amazingly creative. I love this so much. And just all the details. And Steph is such a fantastic builder that I absolutely love seeing her creativity with just bringing everything together and how well the build just flows together. And we got like all of our stuff and even the chairs leaning on the window, right, to keep anything from coming in. And the tools, maybe you gotta, oh, it's kind of like weapons, right? Okay, so in case you gotta fight back. Like look how cool that is. And, we're ready. We got bows, we got arrows, do some workouts in our downtime, whatever. This is such a cool room. I love this so much. And even just this light in here and everything, it just feels so realistic. All right, let's poke in here. Okay, so we got our bedroom. Oh, and they've kind of made their bedroom a little bit cozy. I love this wallpaper. Oh, this is the wallpaper from the new pack, right? Oh, and I just love how like, cause yeah, cause they're kind of outdoorsy, right? So they're gonna want something that's a little bit more of like a private space, something that's more, homey, more to them, So do you have like a bed's a little bit, old and kind of janky, and then we got a cabinet's a little worn down. They're kind of, keeping stuff together. We got a little mirror, kind of made do. Got some, stockpile of the toilet paper. Holy crap. Well, is this COVID again, Steph? Are we stockpiling toilet paper? Because that's kind of what it feels like we're doing, We're just buying out all the toilet paper. Just keeping it, hey, you can't run out of that just in case. I love that. I love that. And even like the cracked picture frame and everything. Just they've kept some memories. They kept some of their stuff. Toilet paper is the most valuable, right? Exactly. There you go. Awesome. Oh, and oh, this little bathroom. I love this bathroom. They kind of looks like they've made an attempt to make it kind of homey, but it's kind of still like put together a bit, and they do their laundry and everything in here. And I hate that the Sims camera does this. But even this like little shower, it kind of just feels like, they maybe they put it together themselves. They made it work. They set up the plumbing and the piping and they wanted hot water. You want to take a hot shower. Nothing more than you want after some of these nights is to take a really nice hot shower. Oh, this is so cool. This is such a cool build. Ah, I love it. It's so cozy and it's like very like lived in and it feels so realistic. And why is it cloudy again? I just made it sunny. And they've got just everything they need, and they're making it work and they're keeping themselves safe and hey, you bring in the important people that matter and oh, this is cool. And of course we got solar panels and everything. This is super cool. No, go away. Oh, look how cool this house is. This is awesome. Let's get some hype for Steph, please. This is amazing, amazing. Love this. Such a good job. Thank you so much for joining the collab, Steph. This is really cool. I forgot water catchers. It's fine. I love this. I love this so much. This is cool. Really creative. And all the attention to detail and how everything just flows together is so awesome. And of course, oh my god, the feet. And now that it's night, we can see them. Oh, all the fireflies. I used to love catching fireflies when I was a kid just to see them glow. And then I would let them go. But, you put them in your hands and then you can peek into your hands and you just see them light up. I love all the fireflies. Oh, we got some fishies. Oh, and we got something creepy glowing down there. It's little, you know. Well, it's fine. We'll just leave it there. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Whatever is in there will, I'm sure it's not going to do anything, you know? Very cool. This is such a cool build. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. So, I might do ooh, for an item. Oh, in each corner. Ooh, okay. So we got some Creepy stuff going on. And I love like the birds and stuff here too. Oh, so much detail. Like every time you look, there's just more stuff, and I just love it. Even like the down power line and everything. But this is such a cool build. Hey, thank you, Steph, for joining. This is awesome. Really cool. Really cool build. My Twitch is being weird. Why? It's like I open my thing and it's just cut off. Awesome. So we got them. Um, I will probably save Velvet's build for next time because it's gonna be a long one because that house is massive. Let's do Vivi's because I have been dying to see hers because her build is really, really cool. We're gonna boot Nasina and we're gonna move her in here. Oh, so this is Vivi. No, please. Okay. Okay. So Vivi made an apocalypse gas station, and she worked on this for so long, and this build is absolutely incredible. And oh my god, I cannot wait for you guys to see this build. So she did. Where the heck is? Alright, so this is Vivian Sky, and she did Tranquil Crescent. It's an apocalyptic gas station, and this build is holy crap. Just the amount of work and detail that went into this is incredible. I wish she could have been here for the tours, but I think she's been kind of sick. We're back, gonna hang the washing real quick. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, some stuff was removed. Yeah, because she had think some like pre-order content or something like that. But we're gonna set it today. Look, might not walk. Okay. Look at this build. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. So this was an old gas station, and this is one of the few, I think, like Coco community lots that I had. And she just did a fantastic job. Because all the detail here is just absolutely incredible. So just a little bit, we got the gas station sign, right? Kind of start with that, very like walled off, feels kind of very realistic. We don't know what happened. Maybe it's zombies or something, but we do have a car that kind of crashed in here. So there's that. Uh, oh my God, this is so cool. Look how awesome this is. Look at the attention to detail that just went in here. Oh my gosh. So we have our little parking lot, right? This is the gas station parking lot. And then we do have some bikes. Because, maybe you're making a trip to grab some food or something, some groceries, stuff like that. But all the little details in the car, like the dirt, because it's just been sitting here for a while, it's kind of fallen apart. Nothing's holding up very well through this whole apocalypse thing. Got a big old overflowing dumpster back here. People have just been kind of throwing whatever, maybe scavenging, rummaging through it. We got some graffiti. The walls are kind of hanging out, falling apart a bit. And it's just, oh my gosh, and you head around, this is kind of like our back door, right? And then, of course, we got our sign. Make sure, okay. And then got another part of our parking lot. We got and we have a car wash, right? Which I didn't even freaking know was. I think she just made this with like fountains, maybe. Look how freaking creative this is. Yeah, I think she just made it with fountains. Look how creative this is that she just put together this car wash. So these are all fountains that are going sideways, and then she used the buckets as kind of like what was at one point like I guess probably brushes, but by now they've gotten old and fallen apart. And then we got the dryers, and it's just look at the creativity. This is just absolutely incredible. So we got an old abandoned car, maybe they were heading through the car wash when kind of everything hit, maybe a nuke went off, maybe zombies, we don't know. But this old, maybe got some leaky water. Just look how absolutely creative this is. I am just blown away. Like, holy crap. Even like the little track, that kind of rolls your car along, and we got the soap and the bubbles, and this just I am just blown away. This is incredible. Oh my gosh. The creativity is astounding. It's just I don't know how she even came up with this. Like, this is so freaking cool. I'm just blown away by this freaking car wash, guys. Like, at first, like, I looked at it, and I was like, hey, I didn't know we had car washes in the game. And I was like, wait, we don't. And this is just so cool. I just, like, look at all the detail, and even, like, the grass that's coming through, and the roof and everything, and just overgrown, and just everything's, like, been kind of picked through, and like it's got the tires, the old tires, and whatever's left of whatever they can get as far as like the gas pumps and old cars that are falling apart. Maybe the engine's been scrapped for parts, or we even got all like the gas lines, right? That are kind of like left over from whatever happened. And got what was at one point like a maybe a nice sitting area for like a little cafe. I'm gonna do all of y'all a favor when I see this and move these stupid mailboxes because the game does that. And just put it in a reasonable spot. Okay. Because it just always just puts it like smack dab in the middle of the door, which is really obnoxious. But even just this dresser in here is just sitting in the back of this car. It kind of like crashed when everything just kind of went to, like, oh my God, this is just the attention to detail here is just incredible. And it's actually cool. Like when I was doing this and I was taking pictures of this, I didn't get to see it really working. So it's really, really cool to see this actual car wash like running and to see everything moving in like live mode, right? So this is really cool. Look at this like little outdoor area and some maybe newsstand, that kind of thing. And oh my gosh, this is so cool. So we're gonna head inside. So this is kind of the front, I think. And I am just blown away. Like, look at the inside of this place. Look how I think she worked on just this part on the shelving for probably a couple days. Because this is incredible. Look at this. Oh my holy crap. Oh, this is amazing. All of the bottles and all of like the shelving and everything. And, got some medicine and then got, spices, kind of like basic home necessities, just like your gas station kind of has like basic accessories, basic stuff you might need, maybe some plates and stuff. So kind of like a little convenience store inside. But how long this must have taken to position all of this, her patience is just absolutely astounding because there's no way that I would have gone through all this trouble to do all this. Because look how, oh my gosh, even all like the little peppers, the spices, seasoning, we got milk, we got, maybe juice, whatever, right? Snacks, all kinds of stuff. Got blankets, just kind of necessities. We got stuff we need. But some of it's been kind of trashed, because it's old. So we got our little cafe counter here and just a little food counter, your gas station kind of like food counter and just, where the employees would have been, but it's kind of like molded over, it's cracked, it's old, kind of fallen apart, but it was at one point like a really nice cozy place, like, oh, look just how much detail. I am just everywhere you look, there's something. We got umbrellas, we got vending machines, just so much going on. This is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I just love this so much. Got a fridge, whatever's left that hasn't been picked through, and and all the food, and we even got some towels and some necessities, that kind of thing. Maybe some like honey and jams and jars, cups, that kind of thing. Paper, paper products. We got paper products, everything we need. Look how incredible this is. Like, seriously, you guys could download this, clean it up, and use it as like a convenience store for your Sims and for your gameplay, because this is just incredible. You totally could. Uh, it's, oh my God, amazing, amazing. I am just absolutely blown away. So, oh my God. Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for joining these. It must be late for you. It is 2:30 a.m. But yeah, no, I've been looking forward to these tours, seriously. I'm so excited because I really want you guys to see the detail in these builds and everyone that's participated. Oh my gosh, so incredibly well done. Uh and it's just, oh my God, I'm blown away. So cool. Every build I've gone into is just amazing, amazing. So much detail and so much love and effort was put into these is so cool. This is just, I love this. And I even like love the attention to this like little counter and cafe area here, and even the cracked ceiling tiles and everything, which is really cool. And then of course over here we've got what I believe is like a little staff area, right? Because we got a little microwave fridge kind of thing for what was at one point a staff area, but now maybe somebody can make it like a safe haven, maybe you can kind of like hole up in here kind of thing, and you got supplies of all kinds. You even got like a little TV you can use, and then a little like locker area, storage area, right? Maybe for like what was at one point for the staff and now has been kind of trashed, but it would still work. You kind of got stuff going on, and then this heads back out the back, but maybe you can board up the door, kind of use it as like a safe haven, and you've got kind of everything you need in here for a while. You've got kind of a kitchen, microwave, fridge at least. Maybe you can turn this room, make some little beds, whatever, or maybe just kind of use it as a scavenge kind of area. So much detail and so much going on here. This is just so incredibly well done. So we do have a bathroom over here. Uh, it's kind of got some, basic public bathroom kind of thing, right? But it's been kind of overgrown. The grass has kind of come through, and it's, kind of busted up a little bit, and but it's functional if needed, kind of thing. And even the attention to detail for all the toilet paper and everything, it just feels so realistic and so like, hey, this was at one point a nice place, and the apocalypse just blew everything up, and it's awful now, and it's trashed, and it's horrible. So we got the men's and the women's bathroom, pretty much the same, two sides. That's really cool. That she put forth the effort to put them on either side and kind of separate them out and have both the bathrooms. So that's really, really cool. I just love this. I love this so much. So we have a stairway that kind of leads up. Okay, so like a roof access, right? So maybe for like the maintenance, what was at one point for the maintenance guy, for like maybe the AC or whatnot. But now it's maybe a good spot to hide away, to stay safe. You can see it's kind of been beat up. It's kind of overgrown a bit. But we, still got kind of maybe what we need. Maybe you can set up some, got the water, maybe just kind of thing. You never know. It's just in case you need to get up here. Very like realistic feeling, and I just absolutely love it. The amount of effort and attention that went into making this just feel so realistic, and it's just so amazingly well done. It just really feels like it fits into this neighborhood of what was at one point probably a nice place, and then now, now it's kind of beat up, and now it's kind of old and fallen apart. And this is just so cool, so incredibly cool. Do you think the welcome wagon's here or something? Okay. This build is incredible. I just love this. I'm gonna make sure that I did not miss anything. She is not having a good time. Let's fix her a little bit. Okay. Look at this incredible build. This is just so amazing. Oh my gosh. So much detail, so much time and effort went into positioning everything and just all the clutter, all the trash. Just the trash alone must have taken forever here because there's so much of it. It's just everywhere. And even this like little, what was probably maybe a sale table at one point or something. And, like it's just kind of old and falling apart now. But look how cool this build is. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure that there isn't a downstairs or anything. I don't think so, but never know. I've missed stuff before. Nope. Okay. This is just absolutely incredible. I'm gonna give Steph a second to come back. Uh, before I fully move on from this build. All right. And where am I? Hello. Okay. I was like, wait. Oh yeah, the gas station. Yep. Yep, so we just got through it. But I know you were done washing stuff. But I don't know if you've had a chance to see it in live mode stuff. I was gonna show you this cool car wash. This is just so incredibly well done. This first time I looked at these, I was saying I looked at it and I was like, oh, I didn't know we had a car wash in The Sims. It must be in debug. And then I was like, wait a minute, she made this. And this is just absolutely astounding. I just blown away by all the detail in this build. It's so cool. And just how this was put together and just the attention to detail and all the little stuff and even like the brushes and the fans and everything. And it's just, oh my God, so cool. I love this. She did a fantastic job. She really did. But you guys should definitely check it out. Uh, all the detail and all the clutter and all the shelving and everything is just incredible. So well done. So well done. Thank you so much, Vivi, for all of your work in this because this is just absolutely amazing. So Vivian underscore Sky, it's up on the gallery if you guys want to check it out. If you want to clean it up, you can definitely use it as your own, um, your own like convenience store and gas station. All you'd have to do is take out the trash and literally take out the trash and you can just use it as like a cool little gameplay world, which would be awesome. Oh, I love it so much. She did a fantastic job. And I think I'd love to power wash again. You're all in the power wash sim thing now, right? God game, come on. You liking you liking power wash sim stuff? You been playing it? Hello game. Come on. Shh. Mm. It's so fun. Have you not been playing it? Good. Yeah, it looks like super satisfying. I think my game is having a freak out. I might need to. Get stuck in the never-ending loading. Sims decided nope. Wait, give me a second to reload my game, guys. Take a minute if you need. To grab a drink, go to the bathroom, that kind of thing. Mhm. Alrighty. That was weird. Sorry, but my game just like refused to freaking load. Alright. So, next one up is one of the I think I only had a very few kind of like community sort of spaces. And the next one we're touring is Becboops. And she's a great builder, and she's done a few builds for my collabs. And this is cool because this is a makerspace. And I thought it was a really creative idea. So when the apocalypse happens, you're going to need tools and supplies. Why not make them? The makerspace is a safe haven for any survivor. So it's kind of like a community maker, so like a place where um, somebody can come and use it to create whatever they need, like their tools or whatnot, right? So we're gonna move Nasena out. And we're gonna move her here. And we're gonna check out this really cool makerspace. All right, so this is cool because look at this. I love this. It just kind of feels like a community space, right? Yeah, like a rec center, right? Look how cool. 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Let's switch it down to daylight. Look at this. So kind of like a safe haven for anybody, for travelers, for whatever. If you need safe haven, if you just need tools, supplies, to just kind of make stuff. And look how creative of an idea it was. I thought that was really, really cool. It's just really different, and just the fact that she kind of thought of it as like a, hey, let's have a space that's for crafters, for creators, and just somewhere that they can all come, and I feel like this would be cool for like a gameplay too. So there's this like little outdoor area, which is cool. So that's kind of like, you get some supplies, you got, fruit, whatever. Maybe for making some like juices, maybe you can bring your own stuff and you can just kind of use the space. You got fruit, veggies. Maybe you're making medicine, kind of like anything you feel like you need. It's kind of like an old, broken down, repurposed space, but it's still usable. It's still great for, anybody coming through that needs stuff. Maybe it was like a nice community center at some point, but then, the apocalypse hit and it's just kind of like more like a safe haven now because you can see you got the barbed wire fence and just kind of like some recycling stuff back here, and you can maybe just use, maybe somebody else threw something away and you can use it. So this was such a creative idea for this because we got the dumpsters back here and a whole bunch of stuff, recycling, all that kind of, you got the recycling machine, and you can kind of bring your stuff, and maybe you need some water, maybe you want to use it to grow stuff and you just need a space because you don't have one. And this is such a cool space for that. You can even see how like uh, there's like spots for like the bees and insects, whatever. Anything you need is pretty much here. And it's just, I love it, even though it's kind of like it's cracked, it's a little broken down, and you even got like the garden, the hanging garden kind of thing, and planters, but it's kind of kept safe. It's kind of kept, closed in still. It's working. It's functioning. It's doing what it needs to, and it's such a nice little safe haven space for people. So it's just really everything. They've really got everything. So this is really, really cool. I thought it was such a cool idea. And just like the attention to detail to even just kind of have it. We got some like little AC units and all the clutter stuff, the flowers, the little medicine, the paint, whatever, anything, right? You can just come and kind of use it. So that's really, really cool. Maybe you want to like trade with other people who make stuff. And you can just kind of use this area. So that's really, really cool. So we kind of come in here. Oh my gosh, and this was originally a community lot, but I've turned all of these into residential, obviously, so we can tour them in. So the Sims just kind of puts mailboxes wherever it wants. So we're gonna move that mailbox. Alrighty. So when we come in here, uh, ugh. And first thing, like I just love the colors in here because it almost feels like very lived in, but like a very kind of crafty space, right? Because you got kind of like some yellow walls, some orange walls, red floors, kind of like it just feels sort of cheery, like in maybe like an apocalypse kind of area. You need something that's a little bit more cheery, something that's a little bit not so like uptight, and you're not trying to fight anything, you're not trying to do anything, you're just creating stuff with people, maybe you're trading, you're surviving together, you're kind of in a horrible situation all together, and this is such a cool space. And just people put their workbenches wherever they need it, and we've got a fabrication area, and and like the paint and all the workbenches, and multiple people can come in and just do what they need to, and then just leave when they're done, maybe plan out some stuff, got like a separate space for um, you know, making candles and planning stuff, and it's just a little bit of everything, and it is just so cool. It's just such a creative idea, and you can tell the space is kind of run down, and like the walls are kind of falling apart a little bit. But just I love even like the use of all the curtains and the glass walls here. It just kind of feels like a nice community space, and it is just such a cool idea. And I just love this so much. So in here, okay, so we got kind of like a public bathroom. And it's still a little run down, but it's working, so you got what you need. You got your toilet, sinks, kind of mirrors kind of thing. So, all the little details with the soap and the hand sanitizer and whatever. So just, public bathroom if you need it while you're here. And then of course this area out here heads back out to that backyard we were just at. Where, for the people doing gardening, and maybe they're growing their own stuff, so that, you can head back up front and use it for making your herbs or whatever, kind of thing. Uh, and just all the details, and I just love this so much, and the fact that this part is kind of like outside but covered. I feel like it's kind of cool having like an outdoor little area as well as an indoor area. So, some stuff you kind of want to do indoors, but some stuff you can kind of keep outside. Just, save a little bit on space, because you never know. That kind of thing. Is she hot? She's probably hot. Heat wave, yeah. But just, this is so creative, and we got, fans, lighting, whatever we need. Kind of keep ourselves, cool. Just anything we need. And this is such a creative idea with the makerspace. And I kind of want to like use this for my Dumpster Dynasty playthrough that I'm doing. Shelly's Dumpster Dynasty. I just feel like that this would just like fit so well, right? Having like a little makerspace like that. So this is really, really cool. So thank you, Beck, for making this cool space. Really creative. It's cool seeing like another community lot, because there wasn't very many of them. Um, but this is, yeah, idea for the dumpster. And so yeah, I feel like it would fit in that world, so you could definitely use this. Because it's got the dumpsters as well. But if you kind of, wanted to modify it, I know they have everything made, but this is really cool. I love this. I love this. This is such a creative idea, and it was just so well done. And so just like vision and then executed, so it's really cool. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Some hype for Beck, please. I love this so much. She did a really good job with this. Really, really cool. Very cool, very cool. All right, we're gonna pop back out here. Ooh, somebody's mad. And I think I'm gonna do one more tonight. I'm saving velvets for next time because that build is huge. We're gonna do Karaxiii. So this one is done by Kara, guessing 13. Are you watching Bill's speed build? Yeah, I'm excited to see hers, but I want to give it the time and effort to check everything out, because it's huge. But it's already getting kind of late. So I feel like her build alone is going to take a little time, so I might make it first thing next tour day. But so this is a diner medical center, which I also feel like was a really cool creative idea. So this post-apocalyptic diner, located on Civic Cliffs in Newcrest, serves as a haven for those traveling the ruined streets of Newcrest, haunted by Josephine Goss, former waitress. The diner functions as a restaurant and a place to get your rest, can be registered as a customized small business in Goss's name to provide food and rest for the weary. Sorry, kind of late. Yeah, this is normal time for me. I'm I'll probably be up for another little bit, but I'm getting tired. It's 3 a.m. now. Yeah. Uh, and we just went through daylight saving, so I actually gained an hour, so it would have been later. But I'm always up this late. This is normal time for me. I'll be up a little bit more gaming, very likely. Um, but I was really excited to do these tours, so I really did want to get through as much as I can. So she also made a sim called Josephine Goss, and this is her. She's the waitress at Newcrest Diner, passed away during the apocalypse from old age. She haunts the Newcrest Diner located on Civic Cliffs, cooking for the weary travelers who brave the streets in this post-apocalyptic world. Or did she pass away from old age? But it's really nice of her to stay around and help out, you know? But I don't have this kit, so I'm gonna be missing some makeup from her. Otherwise, I think I got everything. Okay. And she's here. So it's a little bit of a creepy story. 10 a.m. for you, so difference is now 7 hours on 6. Yeah, because you don't have daylight savings, so our time moves up. It's really hard to keep up with the timeline stuff. It's really annoying. I hate it. She's a very cute ghostie. So look at this cool diner. I love this. Look how like organic it feels. It just really feels like a pass through kind of area, right? Like you're just kind of making your way through, and it kind of even like a little bit deserty, a little bit, you know. It's maybe a nuke or something wiped out, you know. We don't know what wiped out the world, but you know, it's kind of like a little bit old. We got some little like, you know, whatever used to be here, old magazine stands, newspaper stands, but then now it's kind of broken down. We have a little broken down fence. I just love the use of this little debug fence here. This is one of my favorites. I use it on my farm, and it's so fantastic, and it fits so well here. We even got like a little camp. Maybe somebody used this area to kind of like, you know, sleep for the night. And just kind of wanted some safety a little bit away from everything. But this old kind of diner just really fits in here, and we kind of got, you know, everything. Got our the little back part of it, got, you know, the dumpsters, little sitting area, so you can still kind of use this, you know, even after the apocalypse, maybe some animals died or something, you know. We do have some materials, maybe that can be scavenged or something, like just the details here is so cool. We even got like the big sign and all the vines. It's a little bit overgrown and in the wood and everything. So maybe somebody's made use of the space. And this is just so cool. And even like the little truck here and the tires and, you know, maybe just some stuff that people have done and that you can, you know, that somebody can come. Uh, sorry, adjusting. Um, but you know, somebody can come and maybe like scavenge and, but it just feels so like natural and just so like lived in. So this is really cool. Even just like all the details, like all the clutter and all the rocks and, you know, wood pieces and whatever is around just kind of been destroyed. You know, time has kind of taken its toll a bit. And even, you know, the shutters are kind of closed. Maybe they went in and closed them just to keep it kind of safe. And she did have this set up as a small business, but I turned it into a residential, so you know we can come tour it. But yeah, if you know, if you guys wanted to put this um into your world, you totally could and just use it. And I just love the plants on the roof, and it's kind of, you know, like a little bit worn down and falling apart. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. So we're gonna go poking inside. Our time change just hit, so it should be 3 a.m. for me. But yeah, normally we're yeah, me too. Ours hit. I think you're an hour behind me, Vinny. So you're 2 a.m. It's 3 a.m. for me. And look how cool the inside of this looks. It very much reminds me of like the old um the old like 70s kind of diner areas, with the booths and everything. But I just love even how like this table is like leaning, it's kind of like a little, maybe it fell over time, but they've kind of like kept themselves kind of safe in here and kind of like walled stuff off, and we got whatever's left of the diner. Uh, yeah, I am American. I'm in Georgia. I'm East Coast. Yeah, Kiwi, you guys went back a little while ago, and then of course Steph doesn't even have it, so she's exempt from time change. The rest of us got to deal with changing time zones. When I feel like whenever I finally learn somebody's time zone and how many hours ahead of me or behind me they are, it changes, and then I'm confused again. Finally, I'm like, oh yeah, this person should be getting up, but no, they're asleep for another hour, or oh yeah, cause you went forward. That's right. We go backwards because we're in fall. You guys are moving into spring. We're moving in winter. Oh man, I'm so confused. I'm not even gonna bother. It's gonna hurt my head. Oh yeah, you're moving into summer, not spring, right? Yeah, because we're fall moving into winter. We're still kind of in fall. Georgia doesn't really get winter, so we kind of just have we kind of just have uh um fall, and then it just goes back to spring and summer. It's so confusing. It's all confusing. I just I'm just gotten used to perpetually asking people what time it is and how many hours they're ahead of me or behind me. And then um what season? I've learned I know the seasons. That's a lot easier than the times. Since she's here, I want to check out our ghostly waitress. So she's kind of just stuck haunting this place, right? Which is kind of cool. But I do want to no, get back here. Chance to see her a little bit. We're gonna change her outfits. So we're gonna switch her. So this is her waitress outfit, right? And so this is kind of what she was in before she passed away due to the apocalypse or old age or whatever, right? So her formal outfit and maybe something nicer, but it does look like she was maybe like a grandma. Um, oh, so athletic. So I just love her. I feel like she's got such a story to her, which is cool. And like a sleeping outfit, like a nightgown, right? Uh, and then party outfit, I think. I think that was the party outfit. Yeah, that was our party outfit. Swimwear. So back when, she was alive, she kind of had this like story to her, and then now she's just stuck in this place, which is really cool. And she just kind of, helps take care of people here. And she's kind of like a good ghosty, which is cool to see. So she's kind of just, she's here, but she's even in the afterlife, she's, taking care of people. And then that's her winter outfit. So she's really, really cool and she's really creative and I love her. And I just love her story. Because she's just in this area, and she's just here. Here we go. All right, we'll let her do her thing. But I wanted y'all to check her out because I love her. I love her story and uh the whole like how creative this whole place is. But if you kind of look around, you see just like almost like it was frozen in time, right? We got the stool kind of fell over and all the impending doom. That's kind of that kind of weirds me out when ghosts get scared of stuff. It's like, what are you scared of? right? But so we got our little waiter station, and then like, drinks, whatever is left over, and it just kind of feels very like, just like I said, frozen in time. It's just, this place is just here now. And but it serves as kind of like a safe haven for people passing through, and she just kind of takes care of them, and maybe serves some food or some drinks for some travelers, people who really need it. But all the detail and even the plates and everything left behind here, and it's just all kind of like, when everything kind of hit, this is just where it ended up. And this is so cool. It's such like a place, the whole place has just a story. And then this is just so creative. So we have a little bathroom, a little public bathroom here. Just if you need it, just quick little public bathroom. And I love the greens here. The greens and with kind of like this mahogany sort of door just goes so nicely together. And like the tiles, it just feels very like, old style diner, old style drive-through diner kind of thing or something like that, right? Like very countryside. Just it is just so like, it was at one point a nice cozy place, but now the apocalypse hit, and now it's just kind of old and falling apart. And it's such a cool little area. And even the pillars and everything are kind of rusted up and old. The doors are kind of falling apart and cracked. I didn't even know that swatch existed for this door, but that's really cool. Actually, I want to see what door that is. You learn something new every day. Oh, that's part of Strangerville. Okay, that's cool. So I love how she made that kind of like a double door, like a double diner door, and it works just so well. But it's kind of got that like old, rusted up feel, and it just fits so perfectly in here. Just all the detail, the dirt, the rug, the old kind of like worn down kitchen feel, and like the falling apart doors and walls, and just the little cooking stations. What was at one point a nice kitchen, but now is just kind of stuck in time after the apocalypse and everything. Okay, and this is our back door. This heads back out. Well, so we take the trash out at night or whatnot, right? Oh, this is such a cool place. Such a cool place. So creative. And I love the layout of this kitchen too. How, I was got spaces for the waiters to come and just grab the food from here while the chefs are still cooking. And of course the double door that heads back out. Oh, thank you for the hydrate stuff. Have that in a second. And then of course we got a little bar area too. And we saw that a second ago. Awesome. Ooh, and look at this. Okay, so like an old pantry storage kind of area, right? Ooh, it's so icky, right? Right? It's kind of like cool and like creepy and like gloomy, but it's so awesome. And like all the details, and it just kind of like just feels so like gross and left behind, but it's still like a safe haven and a safe place. And we still got some supplies, if you need it, and some of the wood. It's kind of falling apart. It's a little old, but it's there, just as a place for survivors. And of course, that it was turned into a med center. So if you come down here, we got people taking care of anyone who's sick, who's, hospitals are maybe shut down and everything. So we kind of got this like front check-in area. So you kind of come in and, you tell the nurses, what's going on, just kind of like a little, you check in, you kind of whatever you need, whatever care you need. There's some like primary supplies, just some first aid stuff, just maybe some bandages or whatever, and just all the little stuff. And this is so cool. It's just got everything, kind of like here for whoever needs it. Even like a nice little waiting area that was kind of fashioned together. It just kind of feels so realistic and so like lived in, and somebody just really came through and just threw together this clinic and wanted to take care of people. But this is just even like the carpet here and everything, and all the supplies, and it's kind of like this like little basement area just turned into like a clinic, which is super, super cool. Okay, so we have like a little maybe like a washing station for the nurses or whatnot, right? They can wash up, maybe cook some meals or warm something up, maybe for like, the patients or whatnot. Store their stuff, maybe take a break if needed. So they have this nice little area over here to themselves. This is so cozy. It kind of just feels so like creepy, but like really fits this kind of vibe in this world and this like post-apocalyptic kind of, like gloomy like spot. And it's so so awesome. So we head over here. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have our patient beds and everything. So, we kind of like, they didn't put up walls, but they did kind of like put together whatever they can. They got the supplies they need. Maybe somebody had a baby. We got, or maybe a newborn or an infant needed to be treated. And we got all the nurse stuff, the changing tables, medicine, everything the nurses need, diapers, all that kind of stuff. Oh, this is so creative, and it's just all the beds have everything, and we got like little med beds and our IVs and just anything we're, taking care of patients and anybody who's sick. And we got what we need, maybe people bringing in medical supplies. We got, books, whatnot. Even though the area is kind of like creepy and like kind of broken down, I just love that it feels so like realistic and like it really like flows in here. I can see all the little bits of clutter, all the little bits of everything around. Uh, just all the, like the boxes, supplies, whatever, anything they need, and even just the piping coming through. It's like a basement area, right? That was kind of refurbished. Oh, so we came in here. Okay, let's see what's over here. Oh, okay. So we have like a bathroom, maybe like a nurse's bathroom. So this is kind of their space, or maybe if they, a patient needs something. So we get this cool little cozy bathroom for them. It's just, necessities, stuff they need. It's not the best, but it's kind of, they got what they need. And maybe, brush your teeth, take a quick shower, rinse off. You've been through stuff, been around. It's kind of, it's the apocalypse, so it's bad all around. So you kind of you need a safe space. Okay, and so we do have a bed, maybe for like the nurse or doctor on staff here, and they kind of have their own space in case they need to stay here. Because, a lot of times we do see during the apocalypse how people kind of almost like live at the place they work because, everyone kind of just creates their area. So this is kind of like a little space that's made like as a safe space for maybe the nurse or the doctor or something. So that's really cool. Oh, and I love this. Okay. So we've got like a huge storage space here. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so maybe if they're kind of using this as their house, maybe like making medicine or something. But they've kind of made it homey, because they've got TV, growing stuff. So definitely like use this diner and just turned it into this livable area. This is really, really cool. This is so creative, and you can just tell like the story behind this and just like the details, and we got some cleaning supplies and maybe some like hobby area stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is really, really cool. We got some flowers, like they kind of turned it into their safe space. They kind of just, they made it work. They have a space where they create stuff and maybe they can just relax for the day. All right. And then this, okay. Okay. So they kind of have an area, like when they open up, or maybe when a new patient comes in, they can kind of come back out through here to the waiting area, check them in and see them, but when they're not, they do have a space that they can just relax or work or do whatever they need to, maybe a report or something like that. I just love all the attention to detail, all like the little extra stuff, and even like the makeshift nightstand. And why is it not? Oh, I'm not in live mode. Okay, I was like, why is she not moving? Okay, weird. Okay. Oh, this is really cool. This is so creative, and just like the layout of this is creative, how it's made to just kind of flow together, So we got the patient area over here, and we kind of want to keep them away, from the living area because we want to let them sleep, and recover. But then also the place that that the nurse lives. Kind of like keeps it separate from everything, so she has her own little living area. This is so creative and so well done, and you just kind of feel like the entire build is kind of underground. So like the top is just the diner and whatever's left of it, after the apocalypse, but then the basement was turned into this cool little clinic area. And it's got such a story to it, and this is so creative and so well done. I just I'm absolutely blown away. I love this so much. This is so, so cool. Gonna drop it back to daytime and check it out. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't care that the premiere was awful. So check out this build one more time and you can see how cool and how lived in and realistic this build feels. And I just absolutely love this so, so much. It's just all the details, even the sign and the holes and everything. So cool. And just the colors, how well they flow together, and just you can tell it was an old-timey cool country diner at some point. Just love it. I love it. All the details, all the clutter, like all the extra stuff. So that's our diner, and then of course we head down, and then we got our clinic. So our patient beds, and then the little separate living area that we have for our nurse who kind of still hangs around here. This is really, really cool. Oh, I love this. So well done. So well done. This is a build by Kara. Find her one more time. Here we are. So she's Kara XIII on the gallery, and our ghosty lady, Josephine Goss, is also her creation. So definitely some hype for this incredible build. So super creative, and is thinking of a diner turned into a med area is really cool. It is super creative, and I just love the idea of it. So you definitely, if you want to download this, check it out. Very, very cool. Awesome. But I think this is the last build I'm gonna do for tonight. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 builds left. And then we'll finish up probably next week, but whenever we do, I will post to Velvet's Discord, and probably on my social media. So definitely toss me a follow on my Twitter or Blue Sky. I will be posting probably when the next tour date is and when I'm going to finish this up. And of course, I'll be uploading the VOD to my YouTube as well. So if you guys would like to check it out and all the builds, like if you missed some or whatnot, definitely do, because they are just incredible. So really, really well done. Yeah, like every single one is so different and so creative, and I've just had so much fun. Oh my god, I was really taking my time. I took you guys should see my screenshots folder. Like seriously, I took so many screenshots every build. I had like maybe 40, 50 pictures per build at least, and I wanted to just post them all, and I couldn't because I wanted to just show off all of these incredible builds because oh my gosh, so amazing. I had so much fun with this, and everyone just blew me away, and everyone just like really took it to heart when I said apocalypse, and they're like, all right, we're gonna do the apocalypse thing. That was really cool because I actually really love this as a theme. I have a lot of fun with it. So yes, thank you. Anybody, I don't see anybody I know to raid, but if somebody has an idea that we can raid out to somebody, but if not, then I will just call it there. But I don't see anybody uh, that I know that is going. Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I don't see anybody I recognize. Uh, I know there's a couple people that streamed this late, but I don't see anybody that's live tonight. Um, so I think I will just go ahead and call it here. But thank you guys all for joining me. And definitely check out the builds you missed because there's some incredible ones, and we have a few more to go. So yeah. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Uh, and yeah.